What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to everyone out there in the world in the trading and investing community. I am super pumped. It is Monday. I've been a bit like that Pablo picture, standing around, not knowing what to do with myself. The stock market wasn't open. The options weren't trading. It wasn't a good time, but now we're here together, united for Monday, and I can tell you I am ready. Let's get those likes up to 100 straight away. Make me happy for Monday. You know why I'm most happy? Daylight savings time. 12:30 is now market open for me, and that's awesome for all Australian traders out there. Shout out to Australian traders in the US. We do it tough over here. New Zealand do it even tougher, so bigger shout out to them, but it's good to be back. Can't hear me? Nah, you can hear me. I know you can hear me. Don't you? You trolling me, guys. You trolling me. Happy Monday, everybody. Let's get these good times rolling. Okay, so S&P 500, Dow Jones, Nasdaq. What is going on? We got green. Green across the board there. VIX down a little bit. Crypto is probably the one most people are scared of, and rightfully so. It's breaking past our 4-hour 20 exponential moving average. A concern for sure. Gold, platinum, silver, everything else looking okay. US dollar hovering around that 91.80. So Monday is a fake out day. We know it's got it's got the hype, the anticipation. Wall Street smell it. They like to get the blood out, and they certainly do usually punish us in that first hour. Sometimes when you come in super red, everyone might freak out, sell their positions early, and then it reverses after that hour. So remember, even though we're going into the pre-market, even though things are going to be looking good, it's after that first hour that we start to see what Wall Street really want to do for the week ahead. Now, is everyone aware? Is everyone aware that we have this man? Look at him. We saw him before. He was getting up to some mischief. Getting up to some mischief on those roulette tables. And just to remind everyone, I think Kevin or something he got a little bit lucky thanks to the chat on Friday. Everyone picked 7, and that number won him some money on the roulette, it turns out. But yeah, we've got Mr. J Powell. He's coming out, and will he actually roil the markets? Remember, whatever he really says tends to be kind of negative on the economy, but the market buys in or sells into this event. So right now we're seeing strength into the event. Possibly the market is setting up for some disappointment. Be careful around this one. Wednesday is the day. We'll be watching yields going in. We'll be watching whether they're going to extend the powers. I tend to believe they will. I don't see any reason for the Fed to scare the markets. What do you guys think? Will the Fed scare the markets this week? Yes or no? Let me know. Daylight savings didn't end. Depends on the country. So we get a double cyber. Basically, we start now with a 12:30. Don't we have a 12:30 open now? I think we do. Did it not end? And am I wrong? Pretty sure I'm right. Do you work through the Aussie night to trade the US market? Hopefully your youthful biorhythms will cooperate. Yeah, look, I don't trade that much in the US. Basically what you do is you can swing trade. And if you're a swing trader, you don't actually have to put that much time into the charts. You'd be surprised how little you have to put in. It may only be 45 minutes a day. In fact, that should be everyone's aim as a swing trader, to not put more than 45 minutes to 1 hour in front of the charts. Now, if you want to be a day trader or a scalper, sorry, that ain't going to work for you. You're going to have to put more hours into the chart. But if you want to be a swing trader, 45 minutes is all you should need. We'll start off with the markets. Let's go to the US 500. 39.55. This is the US 500 futures. You'll notice they're right at that peak, 39.56. Previously in the futures, we got to 39.63. So will we reach that today? It looks like it's going to inevitably have a go for it. Kunal says 11:30 open. 11:30 open's a few weeks away still. Still a few weeks away for us in Australia, but soon. Australians definitely want that 11:30 open. The double daylight savings is horrible. It's horrible. So 3964, we're currently sitting at a high coming in. Is there anything that we can tell this week that might show us an idea of whether the market is going to turn around or not. Well, I said on the weekend video, and for anyone that missed that, I was talking about this weekly. And I was talking about a long leg doji. And I don't know if we've got any other long leg dojis for quite some time. Let's have a look here. I don't think we have. They're actually pretty rare in the stock market. There's no long leg doji. That's not really even a long leg doji. I can't find them. But usually it's a sign of indecision. So this is an indecision style candle. Here it is. Indecision. What do we know about indecision? Well, we know nothing about it. That's the problem. It's very neutral. But we did see the S&P, as the Nasdaq specifically, bottoming, creating a double bottom pattern. That was our signal last week. This week we looked for the S&P 500 to give us directional input. So it closed above this. That's important. It shows bullish intentions. Now, a few people on my channel, they were abusing me about it. They said, Tom, you're too bullish. That's what the price action's saying, guys. We have to follow the price action. The price action was bullish. The price action's probably going to hold around here or even move in. And now what I'm thinking is we might see a 4,000 S&P 500 before the press conference this Wednesday in the US. If we have that, this makes sense. It's going to go to a critical resistance or a critical support before a big news event. So I could see that the S&P 500 may make a new high, all-time high, possibly even today in the session. Of course, it can sell off at any point. We never know that, but things have been looking bullish so far. Maybe we hit a 4,000. Have on your SPX, we've lost trend lines because I reset my computer on the weekend. But the trend line here is worthwhile. For any new viewers out there, put your trend line on, go to your daily, dial it in, dial in your trend line through the highs, and have this for the future. Because this trend line has been amazingly good, guys, at picking out the resistances. So we would have set that up. There we go. Get that dialed into the highs. Use the SPX code in TradingView if you're using it. And if the markets move towards this over the next couple of weeks, maybe next week, 2 weeks, I would be very, very skeptical and careful at this point. I really would. No double top. J-Rock says double top is possible, but would obviously mean that it has to sell exactly today. So let's say it's sold from here. It's sold from here. If a double top is to occur, you would have to get all the way back down to here. Now, if that happened, would that be an incredibly bearish signal? Yeah. You would have to be very, very careful in the market. In fact, this would be, a double top would be signaling a pretty decent collapse in the market. What's this range? We'll get the range up. This is a purely hypothetical scenario. It doesn't look like it right now. So it'd be pulling back to a 3,500 at least, minimum. Because a double top means the end of a trend and the start of a new trend. Now, it doesn't look like that at all at this stage. But this is the point where the bulls and the bears have their final fight before they go to the trend line, or at least 4,000. PLTR thoughts, don't worry, CHXD. There's plenty of people out there that want to talk about PLTR. We will. Congratulations to people that have been buying down the bottom there. It's been good. Tesla thoughts, don't worry, Paul, we've got you covered. Tesla is going to be covered very, very soon. So US 500, I'm feeling pretty optimistic about this this week. You guys, what are you telling me? Up or down for the US 500, the S&P? Up or down at the end of the week? What do you think? Let me know right now. 12,967 in the Nasdaq futures. So the Nasdaq futures, a little bit more room to go here. The market, some people are saying, oh, Tom, I'm a bit concerned that the market is up. How is the market up and the tech stocks are so far down? Well, the reason why is because, of course, the other sectors are performing well. Finance, energy, other value sectors are recovering. So we've got our supports down here around that 12,750 area. Support, resistances across the board there, guys. Really, really simple. If we move up, which we did, and now we're trading at just under 13,000, which is probably around where we're going to open. We get above 13,000 again, especially if we take this peak out, we move towards this point. So one of the things I'll be looking at is towards this point today or over the next couple of days. Get that resistance there. Look for a movement up. Maybe find some resistance, who knows? But we close through and we signal the 13.3. And the 13.3 really should be where the Nasdaq finds proper resistance. But that's still a very nice recovery. That's going to mean things like Tesla back up into the 750s, 760s, possibly even 800s. It's that serious. We've got other things, Teladoc, Square, all these other hyper-growth companies will have to recover somewhat to get back into these zones. Renato says, Tesla. Obviously a big fan. Up, way up, 4K, flat, Brian. It's possible. Flat's possible. What do you think of Qantas? Come on, Kunal. You guys know I hate the aeroplane companies. Kunal, if you're new here, don't think you are, but probably trolling me. Airplane company, I like Boeing because they make them, but I do not like the airplane companies. Maybe we'll look at Qantas a little bit later. Bitcoin dumped? Yeah, I saw that. We'll talk about Bitcoin soon. So welcome to the 674 viewers. So early here, pre-market, Monday. We are going through it all. Thoughts on the Nasdaq right now, in the middle of a zone. Things look strong. Possible move up to 13,100 during this session. Supports all around that 12.8 level. Put it on the QQQ, you'll get the exact same supports and resistances. Just now it'll be the 310 for support. It'll be the 319 into the 324. So there's plenty of good price action and still some discounts in the QQQ. But at this point, when it was over here, it was super overpriced in many stocks. So we got to remember, can it really just instantly recover? I've been talking to a few professionals out there that I would like to think manage quite good money. Let's say manage a few $1 billion. The way that they see the market right now, from my discussions with them, has been that they kind of worry about the next couple of years. Now, I'm not saying they think it's going to crash, but what they do think is they don't think that these stellar returns are going to be continued. They think maybe 7 to 10% maybe out of 2021. Then they think actually lackluster years. And you've got to remember, if you look at the SPX and you go back through a weekly and you think about all of the years of bullish and bearishness throughout the S&P 500, there was an initial price and then it sat for some time. So we may be looking maybe next year at some slower action where you're going to have to go into specific stocks to find the levels that you want. All right, guys, we will do Bitcoin. Let's do it. Do I want to look? Oh, I can't see it. Whoa, rocket ship. Nah. All right, I see the pullback. Let's go into the 4 hour, take a look here. So Bitcoin just dropped heavily during the stream there. I was looking at it pre-stream about 56,500 and now it went down to 54,698. So is this something to be concerned about? Yeah, I probably think it's starting to be. It's not unusual for Bitcoin to move up and then have, of course, these flash events. But when we closed above this 58,000, we hit the 20 moving average on the 4 hour. We bounced through and then we closed below. Now, what I tell you, the problem with it is that you're breaking a sequence here. So the sequence has been the 20 exponential moving average moving through. I thought that when we got past 60,000, it was a good chance we'd go to 65. It's just been traditional, that's what's happening. But we're clearly getting to a price point where it's hard for a lot of these big whales not to take some money off the market. And I actually loaded it before. So these are some stories from CoinMarketCap. Obviously 60K meets whale sellers. So 5 things to watch in Bitcoin this week. If we go through that quickly, this is some interesting areas. So we've got the US stimulus checks, the helicopter money coming through. We have some whale pressure where they're selling some big units. We've got the Indian thing as well about being banned and possibly completely banned across the board. And then we've just got general pricing across certain areas. Is there going to be just a huge amount of profit taking? So people are starting to get a little bit concerned about the price. I'm not too worried. I'm going to follow the price action. I would like to see this really pick back up right now to show us bullish intention. So I mean, it needs to hold at least this 50 exponential. If it moves underneath this, look what happened last time. We go over here to the left. 4 hour, 20 exponential. The whole way up was bullish. The whole way up. Then we saw a flash crash, followed by bullish intention back, followed by a bullish hammer, a little bit of flow through, and that was actually the end. So I don't like it being under this 20 at all. Doesn't give me confidence that this thing is going any higher right now because this is bad. This close here has been bad over here and it will probably be bad again. Where do I think some brick walls are for the support? So I think there's definitely huge support of 52,000. If it gets down here again, it should be met by bullish pressure. And we've got our 200 simple moving average just underneath it, guys. So this is the kind of area that I am very much getting back into the bullish case here for Bitcoin. 200 has been very good across the board. Yes, it went a little bit under during that shaky time, but traditionally pretty good. So if it does come back and it flashes through, which looks like it will, that's the area. Go over here to LTC just quickly. LTC just hit support. It was a very nice chart. Things were looking good under the weekend. I saw this. I was like, very nice. Bullish hammer. Beautiful follow through. Right where we said last week. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Triple resistance becomes support. Bullish hammer. Beautiful trade. You would have hoped for 240, but you would have been taking some off at the 230 bracket. You should always do that. If you're trading this, think about it. We enter here. This is our entry zone. Or here. These two areas. Does everyone see why? Confirmation close. Beautiful zone, guys. Love that so much. The triple resistance, it's just so good. Then we get the bullish hammer off the 20. Even better. We get in the entry, a couple of ticks above this high, and we've got to say, okay, our stop loss must be under here. If our stop loss is under here, where's our 1-to-1 return? About 230. Remember, this is just a trade, not necessarily long-term investment. Where's our second 2-to-1 kind of scenario? About 240. So I would have probably scaled out half here and scaled another half out here and be done with it. If you're trading it, that's how you have to look at it. You scale in and out so that you get some benefit. Now, would we be stopped out by now? Yeah, we would have broken even at the 230. So you're going to break even the initial trade, get stopped out here, break even, and win half for that trade. Is it a good one? Yes. Would I take it again? Every time. It's got every hallmark of a good trade. Triple resistance break, flow through momentum, everything's good. Now, is this at an area of interest? Yes, LiQWYD is at the area of interest. The resistance being tested again as support. Do we buy the falling knife? No. You don't want to do that. Well, unless you're investing in it and you believe in it, because you want to see confirmation at this zone. That's what I would like to have. No, that's what we would want. Why is AMC going to 5? Who said that? Is AMC 5? AMC should not be 5 right now. Let me just quickly line this up with a dark screen. I'll set up the AMC GME before we get into some more cryptocurrencies. What do you guys think? Do you reckon Bitcoin's going back down to 52,000? I was hoping it would not be this soon, but you never know. So AMC in the pre-market's actually up at 12.11. That would be an incredible strength. And GME in the pre-market here is 278.99. So very, very strong numbers coming through on the pre-market for both AMC and GME. AMC to 20, J-Rock says. Wow. I mean, it holds here. You know, I've said it before. There's just not much between 12 and 16. There's just not much. Series of tests through the 12. Tests, bust down. Test, bust down. Test now, close above. Looking okay. It's looking okay. Firefly says, I think 52K. Yeah, I think 52K is quite possible here for BTC. Notice that it's not the same across the board. ETH is down. ETH is 1774, but it is not as bad as the BTC situation right now. The BTC situation sitting on the last level of support, and then after that, 52,000. ETH found support instantly on this 1730, tries to buy off, was 1941. So there was some strong selling there as well. What is this, the percentage down? Let me get my measure tool out. So it sold off 11%. That's pretty bad. Let's have a look at BTC. It might be more actually. About 11%. 11% as well. ADA. Recent sell-off. 16%, standard for most of the alts. And DOT is more, 12. So pretty bad sell-offs, but nothing unheard of. This is another issue with DOT. Check this out. That I do not like. Imagine if this closes underneath. Every time this trend line has been strong with buying pressure. Recently, we've been unable to fly higher, and now we're going to close underneath. That would be really bad. That would be really bad. We'll watch DOT through the session. I'll pop it over here. Nasdaq up or down? Our Nas looks pretty strong right now. AMC will reach 20 plus in 2 weeks' time, JH says. Minimum. Minimum. At FX Evolution, do you know what the GME gap is for BTC? I don't know what you mean. Kara Marga, $4.99. Could you look at MGA? We certainly will, Kara. Thank you very much for getting the donation started today. Appreciate it. AMC is over $12, pre-market history. That's true. That's true, Pretty Simple Music. It absolutely is pre-market. Yeah. Which tool are you using right now to check the market history? We're using TradingView. You can go and have a look at the link below in the description. Click on that one. Helps me out as well. BTC is obsolete by Dash. So Dash is like well, it's a privacy coin, isn't it? So, yeah. All right, let's do PLTR now, and then we'll go into Kara's donation there and check that out. So PLTR, you guys are getting hyped about this one. Up 2% in the pre-market, 27.50. So we talked about how great the support was, how the volume looked pretty good. We'll go to the daily. The volume looked pretty good down here. And we've been able to hold some green days. So the pre-market always is very strong for PLTR. And I mean very strong. PLTR generally brings out bullish pre-market, and then it hasn't been able to hold it a lot of the time. Now we're looking at another strong day. So we've got our range from 28 to 30, which was our first profit target, and it's now hitting close to the range, 27.50. So do I think it stops at 27.51? It's unlikely it does, guys. It probably moves towards the 28. Then if it can get through the 28 level, it's going to hopefully gravitate up to the 30. But I still think 30 will be set with selling pressure. And the reason why is because over here there was selling pressure, over here there was selling pressure, and that was the most recent two price actions. Then when it did come down to 30 as well, it bounced off that zone. So that means there's support there, resistance there, resistance there. There's probably going to be resistance again. PLTR looks generally strong. I don't see any particular reason to be concerned right now. It's cleared above the 25.50 level, which we talked about. It's got bullish price action moving through. Things look okay here for PLTR. It's fine. It's entering the zone, which means you need to start really dialing in there on the smaller time frames and understanding the price action of this pair. Good luck on this today. Let's now do Kara's Super Chat, MGA. Magna International. So this is up a little bit, 4.6% trading at 95.88. Let's have a look at the monthly. Okay, massive breakout. It's going crazy. 1 week, very extended away from the 20. You got it. Now that we're this hyper extended away from the 20, we must be very vigilant and careful with this type of stock, because that extended away from the 20 is not healthy. Let's go down to the daily. Okay, so the daily's been the best place recently to follow it. So it's had quite a lot of support generally through there. This time it found the horizontal support, but it found, again, bullish pressure off it. Look, everything looks great, but it will eventually pull back to the 20 moving average daily. And what I would be looking at on something like this stock is, I would say, guys, you've got to pay attention to when it closes below. Just like we were talking about with Bitcoin before, the 4-hour 20 was the key for holding levels. It has to hold that zone. This has to hold the 20. If you have a strong horizontal support or resistance behind, like you did here, you can use that level. So for an example, let's say it goes up here, 20 moving average is like here. It hits the 20, closes below, but there is strong resistance, which there is here through the smaller time frame. If it bounces off that, that's okay. Even if it's closed below the 20, just like it was here. But if there is none, let's say it moves up like this, price is up here, then it comes down to the 20 and closes below and retests it, that is going to be really bearish, and you're going to see sustained sell-off pressure. So I would be particularly careful with this stock, and I would follow the trend. There's no reason to say it's not continuing up, but follow it successfully using your knowledge of how it's been flowing recently, which has been strong buying pressure, and it's clearly extended. See these wild swings? This is becoming extended. If it starts gapping up hard for a couple of days, 2, 3, 4 days of hard gapping, it most likely will pull back. Thanks for the donation. Good luck on that one. Do you own any NFT art, says Stan Lee? I like your name, Stan Lee, and you know why. No, I don't. I do not think it is the time for NFT art yet. You might disagree with me. Kind of reminds me of those stupid pets from years ago. So when crypto went really, really hot last time, they came out with stupid pets. Are the stupid pets worth any money yet? The stupid pets crashed to like 0, but they were selling a lot. Anders Hoff says, if you can get a profit out of AMC, get out while you can. GME is better if you want to gamble on the most famous meme stonk, I think. Fair enough. I'll just have a quick look up this. Oh, you're just talking about the CME exchange. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I get you. Sal de Cristo, $3.99. Could you do ZG, please? Sure. So you're talking about the expiry of the option. Yeah, no, I get you. Okay, 156.82. So pre-market here for ZG, basically flat. Was down on the Friday session, surprisingly. Some weren't, some were. Things like TDOC actually ended up relatively okay. It was a weird morning, followed through. I don't think there's anything to be concerned here, Sal. This ZG is very popular with a lot of traders out there. This was previous resistance, previous support. It's going to act as resistance. Expect some congestion through this zone, yeah? So this is the congestion area. This is the kind of zone where I would be very, very specifically looking at. I would wait for a closure above on a significant time frame. Let's have a look at the daily. So the daily already closed above. I think we said that, yeah. I guess, look, any hovering here is fine, but you don't really want it to come down too much. So maybe just dial into the smaller time frames. What is this? 151. Put 151 on your charts there. Watch that. You want to see buying pressure off that, and you want to have a new high. As soon as you get a new high, it will signal movement to here. I don't think there's any doubt for me that that would be the next fill after we close above this high. There's nothing stopping it to that point. There's no strong structure on the left-hand side. We've got clear resistance. It would be in line with our Nasdaq knowledge already about the double bottom, everything like that. Yeah, no, I get it, guys. I get the CME thing. CRM, we'll have a look. Yep, that's fine. So basically, when a contract expires, it's going to put a pressure in on the Bitcoin. Marcus Horn, $5. Thank you very much, Marcus. People liquidating their BTC in anticipation of stimulus. GME rocket fuel explosion today, ? Get rid of that. So people liquidating their BTC in anticipation of stimulus GME. It can't be that much. It cannot be that much. That sounds like a bit conspiracy theorist. I appreciate the donation there, Marcus. I mean, that many people really liquidating for GME fueling it up. I mean, I would, if I was a whale in Bitcoin, it wouldn't really be my number one thing to do. CME gaps, I believe, are real when you have like an options expiry and a movement from there. But I'm not sure if that many people are really doing that. If you guys can send me paperwork on it, I'll have a look on the stream. David Riley, welcome to the Stonk Squad. Thank you so much for joining the community there, David. Appreciate it. I saw your donation as well yesterday. Appreciate that. Thank you very much and enjoy the community benefits. Let's have a look here. Some people are talking to me about this. It usually closes the gap, which is what it's done, and then some, though, FX Solution. Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with CME gaps. I agree with you, Keepy Blade. That's fine. Whenever you have an options expiry, especially with this young market, I mean, this is a very young market in crypto, and you have massive contracts expiring, it manipulates to that. It's like if you trade my most hated things, which is soft commodities. I hate soft commodities. I think they suck, and they're really, really hard to trade. And I would not suggest them to anyone. They're just too difficult. You guys know why. The wheat, the stupid tornado, all those types of things. But when they expire and when they reopen, actually does edit price. And then what a broker will do is they'll generally go and repaint it. So you'll actually never see it unless you've traded the contracts and you're well aware of it. They'll actually repaint price. So it'll look like it moved, but the contract might expire here and then it might actually open here. And then there'll be just like a candle there that you won't see. Now, no greater example than that than the contango effect, of course, of oil last year, where you had oil going for $- a barrel, but oil, of course, was not negative. It was just that specific contract that went negative. And you'll notice any chart that you look at now generally do not present that particular piece of information on the chart. It's all gone. It's only when you look up that specific contract. Check SPY. We had a look at that before, Fadley. So ZG looks good. Look for a close above here and support at around 152. Hopefully it does hold those levels. There's nothing to be concerned of here. So Chris Dumas, $2. Thank you very much, Chris. Good morning, Tom. Can you take a look at Algo? We certainly will. Kevin said, damn, that stupid tornado took my dog away. That took about a lot of dogs for me. A lot of dogs for me. Yeah, that was bad. A few years ago. BB finally caught fire on Friday, Tom, up 12%. I saw that. I saw you guys following BB. So before we get into the donation, let's have a look here. So BlackBerry actually up 3.54%, went to 1185 the other day, 1185, now trading at 1227. 1227 here. Stephen A says, I think it's more the Indian ban due to the significant drop. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things at play here. I don't think it's that GME thing. That's just my opinion, but yeah, I don't think it is. If you guys think it is, then yeah, let me know. GME's up a bit. Yeah, it is. All right, so Chris, let's have a look here. ALGO. I assume you would like to look at the crypto. We'll use just the Kraken exchange, I guess. Ooh, not bad. Not bad. Considering it's also doing it outside of the rest of the coins movement. Nice. Okay, let's have a look here. 4 hour. Yep, series of high lows. Nice resistance. Closure just happened. First closure above any 4 hour. Let's have a look at the daily again. Daily would be significant. Higher lows, you know I like. Let's go to the 8 hour. Just checking around all these time frames, guys, just to see where the closes are. So one of the things I like to do is, here is clearly congestion. It's also a very important zone because you've had so much resistance taking. You've had so much support previously. You've come down to the 0.9 and then you've tried to fight through it. So it's effectively an ascending triangle. What do I look for in these situations? So I'm dialing into different time frames to try to find a bit of information that's going to teach us before it happens that the closure is going to happen. Because 1.3 is probably the actual resistance. Even though there's all these lines and everything going through here, 1.3 might be the real problem. But I've said this several times. We usually see a market coiling before an important zone. The 8 hour, no 8 hour has closed above the 1.2. No 8 hour, see? The 8 hour is going to close relatively soon. Do I have a countdown here? Yeah, 5 hours away. So actually quite a while away. But the 4 hour did close above. Now, before that, no specific 4 hour had closed above. The 4 hours closed above, it's moved up, it's come back down, it's done a retest, and now it's moving up again. So this looks pretty strong across the board. I like it. I would take the 2/3 distance, so from down here probably to the resistance, about 1.2. I would extrapolate that out on this end from the 1.2 line, so around 1.2, and that will head to the new resistance of just under 1.5, which is not bad. Okay, Chris. Well, thank you very much for the donation. I think this is a pretty okay looking thing. I don't know particularly anything about Algo USD, but why do we care when we see price action? It's looking strong. Unfortunately, BTC will be weak, which might hold it back, but the technical itself is pretty solid. Thank you. Stephen A says, need to understand institutions are entering the BTC market. So when there is a chance of pullback, they will pull out until it looks like it's good to jump back in. There's certainly more manipulation going on in that market. Hey, Tom, what about Riot, please? Cheers, mate. Jay Good says. We will check out Riot throughout the stream. Don't worry, Jay. Big Newy. Big Newy. Big donation for Big Newy. Canadian $20. Say thank you to Big Newy from me. Hopefully the chat appreciates Big Newy there. Big donation. Thank you. I think you must have something you want to look at. Please check SQQQ. Okay, will do, man. Will do. A King says Tom cries wheat tears. Yeah, probably. Did Bitcoin bottom out? We'll look at the chart throughout the session. Don't worry, guys. BTC though, at this stage, it's just this 50 exponential on the 4 hour. It's the last level. I could see it coming back down to 52,000 now that it closed under our 20 exponential moving average. If I was like day trading this, when I saw that, I'd instantly sell it. Because for me, it's a shorting opportunity getting through. Now, if that's only if I wanted to get into shorts, and Bitcoin's pretty hard to short a lot of the time. But yeah, that's the signal. You would basically be saying, okay, we're very strong with this 20 exponential. We've been strong in the past history. Like I say all the time, look at the past history, learn from the way the thing trades. You get a closure through, it's going to be a signal to go short. Have we covered NEO today? We haven't. We haven't even done Tesla yet. Plenty of things to do. Big Newy, let's do your donation. SQQQ. This is the ultra shorter mondo of the Nasdaq. So you're up 2.45%. This is like triple geared, I think, something like that. Definitely for people that want to take some risk. So you can see when you look at these types of investments, always check your chart first. Does this chart make any sense? No. It wouldn't on first glance. Know what you're trading. So this is, of course, going against the Nasdaq. What happens during points of big bear busts? That February to March area, you are looking at massive returns. Now, however, we're all the way down here and it will eventually get reset again, trading at around 1374. So the only way that you can look at this from a positive standpoint, if you're buying calls, is you've got to go and do the Nasdaq analysis, because of course it's going to be the opposite of that. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. We know where we don't want it to be if we're looking at long in this. So you don't want it underneath here, because that will signal further shorting pressure back down into the 12. So this is your point of the sand. You want no underneath 1315 under any circumstances. That's going to time in well with the QQQ being where we talked about before, which I think was about that 320, 319 kind of area. Nasdaq around 13,300. So things are looking relatively bearish here on this chart. The bull side, you need it above 15 again. 15, a closure above, that will trigger back to here. So you'd be looking very, very good, Big Newy. But at this point, I could see it coming back down to the 13.15, and that's where you're going to get your next direction here. Resistance on the 20, resistance on the 20, movement back down to the 13.15. Maybe you get a bounce off here, but you must have a bounce off here. If you don't, back down to 12. I'm not sure which direction you're on, but if you're on the buy side, hopefully you're right. But yeah, 15 will be your resistance here. Another donation coming in here from Lucian, Lucian Marin. Thank you very much. Sec 20. What did Lucian say? It looks like just supporting the stream. Thank you very much, Lucian. Appreciate that very much. Will theaters opening help AMC stock? It might help initial sentiment. Overall, yeah, of course it creates cash flow, but they've got more problems than that. The stock is probably trading like they've got all their theaters open already. GME is the real movement. AMC was those getting greedy. Well, that's to do with every other one of these. Tom is showing what tends to be confirmation resistance has been broken. Yep, that's true, Kevin. I was. Algo is 3 to 5 year hold for me. They are blockchain network, not a coin. Okay. Vanguard and BlackRock's most holdings are these two. Check out facts. That's on AMC, I think. Well, Vanguard and BlackRock are always going to be large holdings in most of these stocks, though, because remember, they hold them in the indices. They hold them in general need for all of their funds. So it's spread through all of those. Anders is telling me Sundial would love to hear your opinion. We might look at Tilray, but I'm not sure about Sundial. FBTC looks strong, though, through that drop, though. Let's have a look at FBTC. I'm interested. And then we'll get back into the donations and other things. Yes, it does. It does look strong. It's good. This has been weak for too long. Weak for too long. So it's right at resistance, but you scroll down to a 2 hour and you could make a pretty good case for this being a bottoming effect because it was basically before, and a strength breakout here might signal back to the 0.033 kind of range. If that is true, then you might be seeing ETH hold relatively better versus BTC. And if that happens, there might even be a rotation that you want to do in the future. March is actually a terrible month for Bitcoin. I thought we might have already seen the bad month at the start, or that end bit of Feb, because remember, Feb was looking weak, March started bad, but remember, March, the before and the after is often neutral. So will March continue to be bad? At this point, BTC just needs to hold 56,000. Otherwise, movement to 52 could be maybe a thing that could happen. Can tell I'm not on a crypto TA channel. Agency is stored in the ball says. What do you mean, man? Some of the lingo being used here is funny. Well, the lingo will be different depending on where you are. I mean, we're obviously predominantly stock, but you can definitely trade crypto very, very easily. Thank you very much to the 1,400 people joining us for Monday morning open. Appreciate each and every one of you. Can you take a look at PLTR? The daily seems to look bullish. We did before J. Lou. If you have a look back about 10 minutes, we certainly covered it. And it does look fairly good. It does look fairly good. Gary, let me just quickly see if I caught up here, Gary. Gary LiQWYD, $4.99. Thank you very much. Good morning. Your thoughts on Baidu, please. Let's have a look at Baidu. Okay. No, I'll trade. I'll use the US stock exchange one. Or will I? Yeah, I guess so. Pre-market here down 0.66%. 2.98 down on the Friday session. Problem with this stock is going to always be the government that's intervening in it right now. We go through the support and we think, well, do we have problems here in the future? Well, we certainly could. I mean, you could call this a left shoulder and you could call this a head and this beginning of a right shoulder. If it, say, sold off here and came back down to the 236 and then broke through, that would be incredibly bearish for this pair. it would really mean that a lot of the gains that were bought on in the back end of 2020 and the start of 2021 would be wiped out, and you could go back to the November point, because you take this, and remember the Chinese market got very heated. Where does it signify to? It signifies back into this September period last year. So with all of the government kind of attention on it, that's the bearish side. And I would pay attention to it because, like Alibaba, it's been struggling to move up. We saw a sell-off. We saw intervention. There are other things at play than the technicals. From the resistance standpoint, though, we're up here. We're up here. So resistance is here. 270, 270 again. Just look for a bullish movement there, and I think back into bullish pressure. It's that simple with TA. If it breaks past the point of resistance that you used to have, and then it continues to move up, then it doesn't need to continue to move up. When that happens, you're breaking any negative sequence. Remember, it might look like a head and shoulders right now, potential formation, but you break through this, you change sentiment like that. You know, famously, Druckenmiller, who I think is a pretty good investor, he said to somebody, they said, oh, what do you think this week? And he says, I can tell you my opinion now, but in 14 days' time, my opinion might be completely different. And the reason he says that is because he trades and he invests, but things do change. And you've got to recognize, is this something that's going to change for my future investment? Or is this just a blip in the horizon that I don't need to worry about? If the market breaks through a key support, sometimes you've got to cut and run. You've got to say, okay, I'm done with this and I'll buy back in later and I'll rotate into something else. Often when the market's pulling back like this, other quality stocks that are just getting pulled with it might be coming down a little bit. There's a lot of things that I go into here. But yes, the resistance is 272. The support is 236. Both look quite strong at this point. And good luck, Gary. Taylor Martin. Not sure why those things are so delayed. Streamlabs been delayed quite a lot at the moment. Taylor Martin, $5 BTG. Okay. BTG. B2 Gold Corp, I assume. Nice little bit of consolidation. Pre-market for 453. Gold currently trading 17.29. So pretty bullish. I mean, it's only up 0.12, but at least it's holding. Look, this consolidation is good. You saw the consolidation over here with no breakout to the bull side. Broke to the bear side. Bounced quickly and then sold off. Where is this occurring? Let's go to the weekly. Yes. Previous resistance, support. Nice area. Relatively bullish. Long leg doji. I'm going to put a horizontal line at the top of the doji. I'll take your entire stock. Go to the daily. Gap and sold. Okay, so I think things are looking good here. They are looking improvement. Series of higher lows coming through, which is strong. Looks like you're going to be at the 453 today in the pre. If you can close past 470, that would probably be my longest signal that I think means that you can move to the next level on this. Anything in this range is not bullish. It's just completely neutral. Things are looking good, but it's completely neutral. And I'll explain a few things why. On the daily, I instantly noticed that the 20 exponential moving average has been strong resistance for it. So for us to be breaking past that level and changing the signal here, we need to move through the 453, guys, and then we can move back up to the 470, the 550, etc., etc. I think of it as a two kind of approach. Do I want to get my money in here? Probably not, unless I believe in it long term, because it could do this for a long time. And you can get stuck in stocks for potentially 6 to 12 months where they're just in consolidation, and it might be down the bottom and you think, oh, I want to get rid of this, and you have to lose money, and it's just not good. It's not a fun time. So I would prefer it closes through that long leg doji point of what is this? What's this price? 470 before we get any more further bullish movement. Thank you very much, Taylor Martin. Appreciate it. Alice says, love the streams. Keep it up. Certainly will. Hit the thumbs up, guys. Tom does a dance when it goes to 1K. I'm not sure about that one. Maybe in the future. Thoughts on DXY? We'll cover it soon. We will cover it soon. Tom, you should have someone insert video time hyperlinks for stocks you've already covered. You can do that? Maybe we can. We've got some good mods out there, so that I'm sure that someone might want to do a few of those. Morning, Scott. Good to have you here. I just laughed at some of these comments. Agency is stored in the balls. $10. Thank you very much. Didn't mean anything negative, man. I'm coming from strictly crypto. Your audience seems to be more generalized. I guess you could say, please check out BAL USD. Oh, that's right, man. Don't worry. Just remember, though, you can use a lot of lingo and you can use a lot of these things and terms. It doesn't change it. People like to get caught up in crazy, stupid processes that don't matter. It's like fake news in the media. You will read something. Okay, this is the problem with all forums, yeah? The problem with forums is that you read someone's opinion, it makes some logical sense. Then you bring that into your sentiment, which isn't based on price action, and it isn't necessarily based on hard factual figures. It's just some crap in a forum. So for people that would know out there, there's plenty of forums out there that hype stocks and hype sentiment. So just never be too caught up in the lingo. Follow the price action as much as possible. It will serve you better. I'm telling you guys, it will serve you better. I used to sit in forums and pay attention to other things. It was never a good thing. Never good. Sometimes things will make sense. Follow those guys. There are guys out there on FinTweets, FinTwitter, whatever you want to talk. FinTwit is good. YouTube is hit and miss. Forums are not so good. Definitely pay some attention. This BAL USD T is pretty good here though, agency. I appreciate this one. 4 hours. What's going on here? Nice breakout. We'll go to the top down. I want to know what's going on here with this coin. So this is either new or it's bad data. That's fine. Go down to a weekly. Okay, strong closes above that previous 46 that instantly happened. So for me, that would trigger buying pressure regardless of these highs, because it's your early warning signal that you've closed above a point that wasn't able to be closed above. Rejection selling, suddenly momentum is bullish. That is your signal actually to get in. Go here to the daily strong. Kind of looks like an inverse head and shoulders. I guess you could probably put it on a line chart to show it easier. What's that signaling? And by the way, guys, do you like the diversity here? I know a lot of you are crypto, a lot of you are stock, a lot of you are currency, commodities. I really like the diversity because there's always something fun to talk about. It gives me passion. I like trading and everything. It's all good. But do you guys like it? Let me know. Let me know if you do like it. This is looking really good, man. 70 could be in your sights. And I say that because, yes, this is the type of formation that you want to see in a recovery. Nice base formation. Nice 20 exponential here on the daily. You know that it's found that before several times. So we've learned that this pair loves that 20. And now that it's broken out strongly, 60 might act as some little bit of resistance, but you can follow it. And you can follow it using a 20 exponential. So as the 20 exponential rises, because remember it's exponential, it's weighted heavier to this, but it's still weighted on the last 20. You can follow through if you want to. You can also look at the last run, go over here on the left-hand side, and see which moving average held it most of the time. So most of the time, see, I don't even think the 4 hours that good, because look at this. Closed underneath, it's no good. So you have to follow it by the daily 20. Everything looks strong. I could see it going to 70. Good luck with this pair, man. Will, $5. Grab a coffee. Will do, man. How about the CZR? CZR. Then we'll get into after this, probably some Tesla. 105.50 pre-market. This is up 4.71%. Go to the monthly, do the top-down approach, get an idea of the land. Very extended, very good. Hopefully you've been following it for a while. Weekly was pulled back in January, Feb during that last pullback. Okay. Pulled back again recently. Bounced straight up. Nice pickup. Daily. Strong resistance. 4 hour. I'm going to have to dial in pretty hard here, I think. It's hard to know exactly where it's going to go because it hit your 100, broke through to 103.70. Already did that. Just trying to figure out what makes the most amount of sense. Pullback. I'm going to use a fib. So sometimes it's worthwhile looking at the last pullbacks and seeing whether they're fib extensioning. So you can get, say this fib extension. Apple fib extensions quite well. Some stocks do. So if this had stopped, let's say at the 2618, then we would know that there's a good fib extension on it and we could use that again during the last pullback. Because there isn't, we can't do that. What you can also do is take the sequence and see whether each one of these pulls is equal or very similar distance. It's called like taking the last runs. And if you were going with that, then you would say it's close to the end. So that's not going to work. And then sometimes you just have to go, okay, we've got to follow it by a moving average. And I think in this case, that's all you could do. It's all you can do. 20 exponential moving average has historically been pretty okay at finding the first 2 or 3 touch supports. We've had 1 so far. Maybe this one as well, you could count. So the third one will most likely be good. And just keep following the trend. You can't do anything about predicting exactly where this stops. You would have thought 100 would have been good, but because it coiled before 100, it could go 110, 120. There's so much that could happen here. Good luck with it. Tough on the TA. New 8K from Tesla. It's only one liner and it's pretty funny. Okay. Rob says here for the diversity. Brian says I like it all. Yeah, I like it all too. Did the BNGO hype fall out? Well, you can always go and have a look at something like this, guys, if you want to know. Here are the most active tickers for today. So if you're looking at crazy wild stuff, you got AMC, BTC, Dogecoin. I saw that went and hit resistance and sold off. SOS, AA, BB, SPY, etc. and trending here. So yeah, the BNGO hype train is certainly off. That was in most days at that point. Let me scroll back here. We've got a couple other donations coming in. Thank you very much for everyone that's donated so far. We'll do Tesla first because I said I would. Let's make sure these donations aren't about Tesla. They are not. Okay, Tesla pre-market down 0.01. That is the most boring pre-market we've ever seen, guys. Down 0.01 in the pre-market. 693, so just underneath that 700 bracket. Let's go down to the 4 hours. Things look pretty good here, guys. I got no problems around that 660, thinking that there's strong buying. Previous ARC purchase, as we know. Previous support. Then support again after it gapped up. Came down a little bit during the Friday session. Oh, sorry, that was the Thursday session, then the Friday session, I think. Was it the Friday session? Either session came down. Now all you're looking for is a closure point above here. So closure point above the psychological 700. Then we've got 720. 720 is broken out. I'm not even sure if I care about the 743. I think that at that point we start to move towards the 800. And I'm going to draw this, and I encourage people to draw these types of lines on their charts where they have like a range that they're going to set alerts for. And I'd be actually setting an alert just underneath around here. And this would be where if I was trading Tesla and I wanted to get out, I'd probably start watching it around 775. And then I would dial into the 15-minute time frames, the 1 hour time frames, the half an hour time frames, the 5 minutes, those kind of ones. Because when you hit that area, that's going to be the zone that we need to pay a lot of attention to. Just in here. Because anything in here, it could go like this. Or it could go 800 will be a lot of sellers. So we need to get a range. We need to be prepared for the 800 because there's so much selling at 800 just because traders will be like, wow, I made so much money so quickly. Tesla looks pretty bullish. Look for the 700 close today on the daily. That will be a very nice day. In fact, that will be the first hold bullish close above. Have we gapped above? Yes. Have we closed above? No. So I think above 700, we really should smash the 720 and move forward. For bears of Tesla, under 660, any daily close, it's bad. It's going to be bloodbath. So there's important levels really close to this price. Dr. Drew, aka Humpy. Thanks very much. $5. Appreciate all your information and the community you built. Thanks very much, man. If you could, I'm interested in your opinion on Voyager Coin VGX. Okay, let's have a look at this. I love the wrapped ether. Voyager Coin. Now, is this going to be... Can we get any other data from it? Let me have a look. So it's still in token phase. Why do I have so bad data? So is this from some time ago that this token came through and just got hyped up recently? Because it looks like in my trading view, I don't have it. Okay, let me just quickly switch screens here. If I don't have it, we might have to go old school on line chart. I don't have my Binance ready for showing you today on this, if it is through there. Instantly, I would say bearish and not good. And I'll explain why. I actually can see it on the screen. So I'll put this line through here. So line charts, you can do quite a lot of analysis with. I'm not too much of a fan of when it closed below here, found resistance. This area was heavy buying pressure for this particular token. So VGX held this line for a long point. Now, with a series of lower peaks coming through, I think that's kind of negative. So lower peaks coming through instantly shows me that every time the bulls get back in control of this, it becomes bearish. If you want to go bullish again on it, you need to close above this line. Now, what is this price? Looks like it's somewhere around 522-ish. You might find some $5 buy price, but underneath 5, it's trading at 493 right now. I could see it going to at least the 4s. Let me just quickly go to a 3-month chart. Yeah, $4 seems to be the next support. I think that thing's going to fall. It looks very negative, series of lower highs. The line chart instantly tells me that, and it's enough for me to go, yeah, that is not looking healthy. If it bounces and you're worried about, okay, I want to get back into it or whatever, then you just look for it to close back above the 520. And when it gets back above there, it's showing you that this, which will be a trend line on the way down. Let me change this to pink. This will be like a trend line in the decline. So once you get past this axis, which will be here, that's when the momentum has switched and changed. And that's the type of price action that literally means things have changed in the market. And you can pay a lot of attention to that. I don't like where it is. And unfortunately, we had to use that, some old school line dot pointing, to figure out what was going to go and what was going to happen. Thank you, Dr. Drew. Kevin Idolor, $3. Thanks, man. Hey, Tom, could you take a look at Baba? Thank you. Yeah, certainly can. Quick shout out to the 1,500 people here for the stream today. Thank you very much to each and every one of you. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're enjoying the stuff. We're kind of like a diverse channel of everything. Crypto does seem to be holding the zone for now. 56,000 on Bitcoin, very important hold. Very important hold. We talked about LTC needs to hold this zone as well. 205, resistance, resistance, resistance. This has to be the area the bullish pressure comes back in. Check out this. I don't even know if I showed you this before. Look at this. LTC is insane right now. The amount of synergies of great TA is insane. So much trendline support. So it's like an intersection. That does not want to be broken. This is a very strong zone for LTC. So I'm looking at other coins to try to find support for BTC right now. LTC usually drops with BTC. Benjamin says, GME, dump all your money into it and buy the dip at 270. Man, Benjamin, you're crazy, man. J-Rock says AMC moving. All right, we'll have a look at both in a minute. All right, Baba is next on the charts. Then we'll go back over to look at some things that I'm interested in as well. So Baba here, 230, getting absolutely punished by the government. And this is government risk at play. What could actually also happen to some of the tech companies in the US. Let's go, 230.16. Well, ooh, you are right on support. I am a little bit terrified of this stock. And I think rightfully so. It's much more than TA. It is showing us signs of weakness in a relatively bullish market because of the government intervention. When can you get bullish on this again? Probably when it gets past like this 242. And I'd be looking for a very strong signal. I just don't think it's necessarily worth the risk at this zone. Is it support around 225? Yes. Has it been historically a good level to buy, Baba? Yes. But we saw it in Baidu. We saw it in Tencent. You see it in other stocks. You've got to be careful. Look at JD. Is JD suffering the same fate? Let's have a look at JD. So JD is coming down. But look at the return. It's been very, very strong. So maybe a stock like this, which is getting a little bit less pressure. You know, is there great support at 80? Hell yeah, there's great support at 80. Very similar kind of concept to the Baba stock. So if we continue to decline here, which I kind of assume we will, we put pressure down here. Baba though, you are looking at 225. And I'm sure it'll eventually turn around about 225. I see the support being hit even with the markets. Just every day has been down. A closure under this will be pretty negative. So it happened once before, so we know it's prone to fake outs. That means we have to go to a weekly. Have to look on a weekly. Did we get a close? We did. So even that's not going to show us much strength. So there's just no good TA. There's all these weird whips throwing. Like the false breakout last time has me thinking we can't trust what the market TA is telling us because it's all government risk. And this is when fundamentals take over and you must understand the instrument that you're trading. Sometimes it doesn't matter. In this case, I think fundamentals are a very heavy play. And if you're looking for the bull side, believe either in the company, but be very, very careful of the government. It's real, and it's a real problem. Go back over to, I don't know why that keeps doing it, but anyway. AMC 1206, GME 279. So let's line up some things here for the resistances and supports for the GME crowd and the AMC crowd. We're going to have to go 15-minute time frames on both. So what do we know about AMC? $12. This is actually, you're witnessing something very impressive. For the last months, or month and a bit, we have not seen AMC ever pre-market above 12. It was like 11 something during the day it broke through 12. So this is a very strong pre-market here. 8.24% up, guys, into the pre-market. No wonder there's a lot of hype and anticipation. I'd probably go on the 1 hour. Now, once we close above 12 on a significant time frame, look at the price action. No, not even in the pre-market. Look, there's no close above 12. Look, no close, no close, no close. So once we close, where do we go next? Well, I've actually been talking about this for a while. I actually think it could squeeze to 16. And I'll explain my thought process behind this. Let me go over here to the left. All right. So this is a super weird looking chart. It's very, very hard to understand. When we think about it, 12 was reached, it gapped up, and it almost instantly went to 16. Then it bounced through to the 20. I'm not even sure if it got that high. I can't remember if it got to 24. Did it get to 24? Anyway, it got to the 20, bounced down, bought a little bit around the 16, went under to the 12, bounced up to the 20, going to this, back to the 16, bounced again, then it was 16, 12-ish, etc., etc., etc. 16, 16, 16, bouncing around the 16. So I'm going to cut through the noise and just go, okay, we've only got, there's no 14 here. Where the hell's the 14? A little bit recently, but over here, I'm not even sure if 14 was that good. Let's have a look. 14. Ooh, it's okay. All right, we'll put it in just in case. So every $2. But either way, massive percentages are here. Big percentages. Let me fix this up. There we go. So movement across from 12 could go to 14. I'm thinking still 16. It's just that significant. I'd probably look at a 4-hour, 2-hour type of time frame. The first 30 minutes will show us the true sentiment of the Monday morning open for AMC. Good luck, everybody out there. GME crowd, what are you guys looking at? Well, last week we had a 295, so we need to clear the 300. As soon as that happens, yes, we will go to the 340. It's a very quick squeeze into that event. We saw it happen last time. Little bit of a trend line here. I'm not sure if I like the 264 close that much, but now that we're in a 277 pre-market, if we can hold, which is about 5% up, that will be quite bullish. 295, put it on your charts today. 347, 346, put it on your charts. If you close above 295, significant time frame, like here, then we can move back up. Bear side, probably around that 240 now. So I'd have that there, 242. And put it there. We'll keep watching these sessions throughout the day. AMC 20 until Friday, J-Rock says. Learn from the left, Rob says. That's right. Learn from the left, Rob. Very important information. Direct One says looking for other people's opinions. Oh, that's good. Do you check UK stocks from London Exchange? I do if someone donates for them. Do chart patterns interpretations apply in all stock exchanges and markets, or is it just the US markets? So they'll work on everything, but it'll work better on the bigger the blue chip. So Bitcoin, for a lot of people that didn't trade it back in the day, if you traded Bitcoin technically during 2012 to 2000 and let's call it 17, 16, it was useless. It was very, very, very difficult to trade technically. But as a market expands and becomes more of a trader's market rather than just an investor's market, it becomes technical. So a lot of people ask me about like penny stocks and they say, Tom, look at the penny stocks. All you can do is use basic human psychology. So you'll notice I go for round numbers, I go for hype train kind of areas, and I follow it using a moving average, which is just basically following price. What I would say is when you get into something like a bigger blue chip stock, doesn't matter which exchange you're in, Australian exchange, UK exchange, Chinese exchange, it really doesn't matter. Singapore, all of those areas you will be able to use technical analysis, but it must be large. And by large, I mean usually $500 million plus and have been around for a while. That's correct. I'm thinking about all the possibilities. So you want to think about all the levels from the bear and the bull side. I know a lot of the community likes both areas. I'm just telling you the main key support resistances. If you're looking at pure price action, follow the trend. What is the trend telling you? Stick to that. So this is the US 100 here, 12,979. We expect to be around 13,000 into the market open. We'll put that right smack bang here. So we expect to be around 13,000 pre-market here for Monday for the stock market. Let's take a look now at the pre in the Webull checker. So MediaCorp 8.73, AMC 8.51, costs, another big short squeeze on the smaller stock, 8.5, GameStop 5.2, Sundial, who knows how, $1.47 up 3.52. And as people mentioned on Friday, BlackBerry started moving, had a 10% change on the Friday session. What about Nokia? 2.93, so nowhere near as much. On the negative side, just Oxygen. Let's go to the bigger screener, the stocks that a lot of people like. So we usually select here around 23 billion. We pull it to the other side. So we get 23 to the biggest. And then we pull the EPS all the way both sides. And this gives us the biggest companies in the US right now and the pre-market. It's an easy way to do it. So NXP Semiconductors up huge, 8%. Teladoc, nice work, guys. 2.28%, 202. Very happy with that. Boeing, 1.91. Very, very big breakout on Boeing. I have to check it out. Someone asked me about it. Airbnb, 1.85%. Toyota, 1.64%. Chipotle, etc. On the negative side, Lilly, 5.32%. Alibaba down 0.47%. So it's really not a red day. It's mostly green, all good at this pre-market point. Snowflake even up 1%. Let's have a look at Teladoc. I want to look at Teladoc. A monstrous decline. Is it an opportunity or is it something else? So you probably want to do your fundamental analysis on Teladoc as well if you're looking for it as an investment. If you're looking for it as a trade, well, it hit the support. The previous support, remember, what do I say all the time on the channel? Try not to catch the falling knife unless you're going to be prepared to hold it. So was this a zone for a lot of buying potential? If you were catching the falling knife from an investment perspective, yeah, the 230 was a pretty good level for Teladoc. Previous resistances across the board should act as some form of support. But again, it's a falling knife. Look, it's bang like that. You can't do it. So how are we forming a base? Well, yes, the 175 was previously a base. Now we're around that 200. We close above a 200 for Teladoc. It's going to be pretty decent. Let's go down to the 4 hour. See this little $200 resistance. $200 was a big problem for it recently. Learn from the left, as Brian said before, or whoever said that. Learn from the left, and we can apply it to the right. So we had lots of little resistance. Then we broke, closed above, retested the zone, and then that was the point where we could move towards the 228. So do I think the 220, 228 is the next port of call for this? Yeah, I tend to think so. So we get a closure today above 200. Let's say we re-pull back to 200. Beautiful. There should be buying pressure there at this point. Then we can move to the 220. Problems will be there. 200 simple moving average, 50 exponential, all those types of things. And we can go towards the 230 zone. The 230 zone, you close past that and it will be hyperactive. But at this point, yeah, we've got the 200. We need to get a daily close above. Learn from the left. It was bullish last time. Nice little bit of structure and then movement through. So we asked the community what their thoughts were on Teladoc on Friday, and generally it was fairly positive, which is cool. What is the trend for the Bitcoin right now? 4 hour 20 exponential was closed below, which is kind of bearish. Where do I expect buying pressure to come back through? Like almost every single thing is looking kind of bearish right now for Bitcoin. I mean, you had this little bit of a trend line coming through. Some people have got big, giant, weekly trend lines they're drawing and all sorts of things. But for my money, it's really about the 4 hour 20 exponential being closed below. Now the closure must happen here. And if further bearish pressure comes through on Bitcoin, I could see it going back to the 52,000. So resistance, 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 that kind of area. Tesla inverse head and shoulders. What do we want, I guess it is, to see from confirmation today, Harry said. Above 700, Harry. Get above 700. That's all we need. Come on, guys. Let's get us to 500 likes for this Monday. I know you guys are hyped. I'm hyped as well. We've got 1,600 viewers here. Hello to each and every one of you. Thank you very much for joining us. Lee says, I mean, if you're going to fearmonger, at least make statements that are logical. What are you talking about there, Lee, man? Oh, you're talking about someone in the price chat. Okay. What app do you use? This, you are changing lives, broski. What app do you use to do this? Oh, so this is TradingView. So what I actually suggest, let's just go straight back to basics, helping you guys to achieve mistakes that you don't want to do. Now, I've trained thousands of people over the years, and I mean it. Like we've run an education company. Check us out, fxevolution.com. Soon possibly be rebranded, which would be cool. But yeah, I've traded a lot of people. I've mentored a lot of people. I know what most people do as a mistake. One of those mistakes, I'll give you Tom's top tip for Monday morning, is this. They trade and analyze in the same platform. Stop it. Trade separately, guys. It helps you from getting that bad FOMO click button. Because here's what happens. I like the look of this Bitcoin. 56,000. Someone calls you. Hey, Tom. You know, I'm buying. And you're like, oh my God, right click and you buy. You haven't thought about it because you can do it in the platform. Try to analyze outside. And I mentioned this to the TradingView guys, and I was talking to them the other day about this, and I said, look, one of the things that your platform is pretty good at is, yes, you can trade into it, but a lot of people don't trade in TradingView. They use it for the analysis tools, and they go trade somewhere else. And I would say that is one of the number one tips because it helps your psychology. It might be boring, and you guys don't want to hear this, but so many people undo all their good work by FOMOing and trades. And I'm sure a lot of people have done that out there. So I would do my analysis in a separate platform and then go over to the other screen and place my trades. TradingView is good for technical analysis. If you want to look for lines, volume, those types of things and just see it, have another separate platform for doing that. Or maybe that's your last check, but you do not want to necessarily trade in the same platform. It can be bad. Double rejection top for Bitcoin. Is it going down from here? The thing with Bitcoin is it's not really a double rejection top because you had a top over here of 58,000. You reached 58,000 again. Now you've gone to a new high. So Bitcoin is just pulling back after it had a very nice move. Did I expect after 60,000 for us to get a 65? Sure. It's logical. It's a logical thing for you want to do. What's going on here? What did I type? I don't know. Did I? Did I? Instead of putting the YSIS. All right, there you go. You like that? I fixed it, guys. That's funny. I'm sure someone will snap it. Doesn't matter. 56,000. Yeah, reached. The negative trend line has been taken out. And this, more importantly, the 20 exponential moving average. How many immature guys do we have in the room? Come on. Closure below. That signals to the 50. And I think it could signal to the 52,000. So if someone's waiting for Bitcoin and they're saying, oh, you know, where do I think I should go? This is the first interesting zone. But the second interesting zone will be 52. You don't want to catch a falling knife. Wait for some structure event to occur. Watch LiQWYD as well, because LiQWYD is probably my favorite little intersection area right now. Scott says intro. Okay, we can play the intro. We can do that. Tom, anal is not good abbreviation for analysis. All right, thank you. I'm selling the screenshot as an NFT. You probably make like $1,000. You guys buying NFTs, really? No, I didn't read before. Has anyone told me what are those pet monsters from 2017 worth in the crypto market now? 1,730 immature people here. That's right, Kevin. That's all right. Bro, should we buy now? What are you talking about, man? Davin? Which one? At FX Evolution, me, bro, Devin, and we'll have a look. What's your thoughts on XPEV? LOL NFT. Yeah, you can do that. You can PM me, but not too much if possible. Drop the heat, DJ Tom. Well, I don't have the... Oh, actually, I might have the new one. Did anyone notice I kind of changed it up? Let me see if I've got this here. All right. It's time. It's 2 hours before the market open. We've got all green, all good, except for the crypto markets. Things are looking okay. We haven't even done gold and silver yet, but we will. Let's get ready to rumble. Here we go, guys. Woo. Does it make sense to convert BTC to alts? Percentage-wise, it can. If the alt got absolutely monstered, but not if it is a proper crash. Okay, guys. So someone says here, what do you think about XRP? Well, does that meme tell you what I think about XRP? This meme could not be more true right now. Where are we? Let me go through this for a second here. This is true. Oh. Let me just play this for 1 second. That's true. XRP is so hated right now. Look, I think XRP could have a better future, but let's have a look at this chart. Ah, it's just so bad. Look at it, 43. Yeah, it sucks. Get a little bit of higher lows. Can't even break a 49. Look, the SEC thing is just completely ruining this stuff. Triple witch, it's quad. I believe it's quad. The quad witching will be happening here, but this is not the price action I like. So look, XRP a few weeks ago, I was bullish on it. Where are we? So there was some price action that was coming through. I think it was here in the start of February. That was good. And it got up there. It moved. It was good price action. This is just terrible. I'm not even looking at this thing until it gets back above 48. I don't care about XRP. I'm not good. This is like a bad stock that you get stuck in for a long time and doesn't return for ages because you don't recognize that it's just hovering around the zone waiting for news. Look, if news comes out, yes, you can miss it. That's your risk that you're prepared to potentially take. But I'm going to look at the 49 and I'm just going to literally put an alert here. And I don't care about it unless it's above that. I do not care. And I guess from a decline point, I don't know, we'll go with it down here, 40 cents. So unless it's 40 cents or it's 49 cents, I don't care about this coin at this stage. Tom, how long did it take you to become consistently profitable? Quite a few years. Quite a few years. I made every mistake in the book though. Trading those wheat futures. No, that wasn't the one. XRP is just an institutional pump. Tom should look at NFTing your intro. Maybe someone would buy it that there. $200. Let's see if anyone has that answer about the stupid crypto pets or whatever. There's no one that's crypto kitties. That's the one, Leo. Yeah. Crypto pets. At FX Evolution, thoughts on gold? I'm seeing a cup and handle. Pax Gold is badass on BlockFi. Pax Gold. Like the new intro? That's cool. All right, we'll check out gold. We'll check out silver. There's plenty of more market action to come. We've got 2 hours here. Thank you so much to the 1,750 people joining us. We've got over 594 likes. Plenty of donations coming in. Belgier says, you're looking at the ADA? All right, we'll look at the ADA. But let's first do gold and silver. I've neglected these markets. I got bored. And this is why we're kind of like do everything, because the gold market bored me. We hit our target, 1601. We had a pretty good trade there the other day. Pretty good trade. Go down 2 hour. Oh, just quickly. Daily was very bullish through the Friday session. So we haven't even checked our US dollar index, but look at this. Nice little bullish hammer and actually some Monday Asian session trade, London session trade bullishness. I've learned in commodities trading to ignore Mondays, and I hate them because Mondays are actually the worst commodities days. They're terrible. There's false breakouts, there's crappy noise, there's all sorts of things. So if you're trading currencies or you're trading commodities, generally your Monday trade will be very restricted. Very restricted. You just can't do it. Go down to the 4 hour. 1729. So for me, gold, it's just basically holding up this 1740 level. But then if you close above 1740, let's say you want to day trade it, you really only have, it does seem to be forming a base. But if we get through 1740, I'd just be looking for that trade there. That little bit of delish. I'll take your entire stock. That's the delish that you want. That's the boba, the pearl and the boba. That's the delicious Sunday. You only really want to kind of get that price because 1760 should act as resistance, and you know 1740 is strong resistance once, twice. So for the bull side, that's what you're looking at. Bears would just be trying to sell the 1740 or trying to sell the 1760. But for bulls, I wouldn't touch this until we're now above the 1740, and then we can move to the next direction. So gold's interesting. Let's check out dollar index before we go to silver. Dollar index, a level to contest with this week will be this 91.95. Don't ask me why that's the zone, but it is. Previous supports all coming off that zone. Resistance was found through the Friday session, and now it's moving up as gold is moving up. Strange. Very strange. 91.95, a closure above 91.95. I'm not sure if I'm too concerned about this little area here being the 92.20. I think we could move to the 92.50 again, possibly the 93. So when we're thinking about how far it pulled back last week, dollar index is really important to many risk on, risk off sentiments. And if it does start to move too aggressively forward, it may put pressure on the US market. So we've got to be very, very careful about that. 91.80, 91.95, resistance today. Closure above is going to signal further bullish pressure, I believe, to the 92.50. Close above 92.50, 93. Close above the 93, probably 94. Then we're in a fully fledged buying market. And there are some bull signs here showing from dollar index. Resistance, support, 20 exponential acted as support. Very good. We kind of thought that would happen last week. And we now get that sequence with the new peak coming through after that resistance through Friday. And it could be looking good and bullish. Silver, 26. Let's go to the daily. We're right at the point of resistance again. So we have our trend line that's been firmly locked in. Very, very nice trend line through the lows. Was great buying zone. We didn't see that flow through. I'll just show everyone on the community again what you got to do when you see a bullish hammer. Here's a bullish hammer, or at least a pin of some sort. You must have the market moving above. Now for me, because I know where my target would have been, I would have actually been looking for a little bit higher than this. So I would have set my limit. It's probably just a buy stop. I would have had it up here. And if the market had slingshotted through here, I don't even care if it wicks me through here, I would have been in and taken it to the 28 town, because that would mean that the trend line was holding again and it had the momentum that was going with it. It did not. It failed to go any higher, closed below. That signaled selling to 25. Nice little day trade there. And now we're sitting at 26.97. I could see it going back. Even if it hits 27, the bottom end of the trend line is still going to put pressure on it. So be very careful with silver. It's not as easy to trade right now as gold. Got a donation coming in here from Brent Masenko. Thank you very much. $5. Up 15% on XP from you. Thanks, bro. Cool, man. Next stop, 65. XP. Very cool. I'm glad that you're doing well on this one. 55 up 4.84% in the pre-market here. 3.98 yesterday. We look at many things on this channel, so I forget some of them. But yeah, the 40 is sweet. Hey. Cool. 20 moving average. Crazy amounts of drop. Started in the middle of Feb. Very nice. 55. Okay. Daily. You think next stop 65? Oh. But are we looking at this left-hand side? This is a problem, man. 60. Oh, I don't know about this 60. Yeah, I think it's a zone that I would be very, very careful with, because you had resistance previously at 60. Then you've had support at 60, support at 60. Now we're getting through. Pre-market's looking great, man. Pre-market's looking great. Things are looking bullish. We've cracked that little bit of support with the open here. I could see it moving towards 60, but I would feel there's profit taking there. Just from a technical perspective, you have resistance, you have supports. Why would it not act as some form of resistance? Round number, great level, lots of closes, bit of structure. Now you said 65. I think after that, if you close above 70, man, previous supports, again, a big problematic level. So it's looking good. Congratulations on your 15% so far on this particular one. But yeah, I think 60 presents some issues. Go to the 2 hour. Maybe something like that. 70 and 60, both extreme zones. Lots of filling that can go into those areas. Good luck. The weekend sucks nowadays. So long, says the modern monkey. You obviously haven't gone and traded crypto yet. It never ends. Crypto is almost more wild on the weekend sometimes. Thank you again, Brent. We've got Trader Tricks, $5. On LTC, what you're saying, you're waiting for confirmation as an entry. Is that for a close of a green candle above the 206 on the 4 hour? So LTC, here we go. So what I'm waiting for really here is, I mean, it meets my 1, 2, 3 criteria. Don't get me wrong. So one of my 1, 2, 3 criteria is if you have like multiple resistances through a point, even if it comes down on a crazy looking, very scary area, you can still take it. There are a few things that I usually look for as signals though. So if I want to be like a more conservative trader, you can wait for a couple of things. You can wait for a pin bar to attend here. So let's say you get bullish hammer with a little bit of flow through. That's going to be a bullish signal. The other thing is you might have a favorite time frame that you want to trade on. So maybe that's 1 hour because you think that that's going to show you the confirmation you need. On a 1 hour, you might want to have an engulf candle. Now, I noticed on the 2 hour that it's just here. So is this, for an engulf to happen, it has to get through the other body. I don't think that's going to happen. 4 hour, not much is going to happen. So I would probably be looking for either a bullish hammer, an engulfing candle like this, because an engulfing candle would be very, very strong, or a little bit of structure. So small time frame consolidation, small time frame double bottom, all those things. It is a 1, 2, 3. It depends what you want to do. You've got a trend line, you've got a support, you've got probably a fib pullback. There's a lot going on with LTC here. You know, I can't tell you any more than that because it's an educational stream, but these are the types of signals that you look for around these areas. And you have to build that into your trading system. Maybe you like trend line support 1, 2, 3, and you think that's enough. If it's enough, it's enough. Maybe you look for that final bit of the puzzle, which is the confirmation. So up to you. But yeah, it's not really about 206. It's just about the momentum being in your area. I don't care about the zone because I didn't care if it was down here on the trend line or here. I want to see momentum coming back in. That's an engulf, a hammer, all of those types of things. Is Dogecoin worth investing in? Game? Come on. No. I don't like the Doji coin. I like the dog, but I don't like the Doji coin. Here's the problem with the Doji coin. Well, other than it's pump dump. Well, that's probably the main problem with it. It's been acting pretty technically, though. We talked about this. We talked about it holding a base, moved back up, hit resistance, sold off there. That's pretty technical. But I think there are better coins out there than the Doji coin. This one requires purely that people feed it. Otherwise, you'll get another 2017 back on your hands with this thing, which we don't have here on this particular data, where it went woo and then went bang. Be very careful with the Doji. Oh, we got Mayor McCheese. McCheese. 01, $4.99. Mayor McCheese, he's in the building. Hey, Tom, please look at Zom. Thanks, mate. Will do. You guys know I love Mayor McCheese. It's a media call. Let's check it out. 245, 6.99% up pre-market. Was 229. So we looked at this one many, many times with the community. Things are looking way more bullish. This is finally looking bullish again. After that closure. No wonder it's up in the pre-market. Yes. Looks good, dude. Mayor McCheese fine in these areas. So we've got a closure above here. We're going to retest. Found support. 245 now. Previous resistance is in the sights. The reason why is because it really struggled with these two buys through $1.50. Now, this is a very gamblery kind of stock. You've got to be very careful here. It's not for the faint-hearted. There's big percentage moves. It's also risky, so you got to be careful about that. But we have the resistance. It closed above. Closure is the key. Notice that suddenly the interest is back in on this. So we got that big move, probably followed by volume. We'll check the volume out in a minute. And then we get the retest. And if you see this in the close on Friday, you think, I know, that looks really, really good. Remember, just those last couple of minutes before the close, you can pretty much make decisions about whether it's going to close or not. Yes, it could match bad, but you don't always have to wait to the pre-market because the pre-market's very, very aggressive nowadays with these types of stocks. Understand the instrument that you're trading and you will have more success. So 245. Now we have to go into the smaller time frames, go 1 hour. Go over here to the left-hand side. So 250, maybe some resistance. Didn't seem to be a big problem last time. A little bit of resistance, busted through pretty quick. So we could go towards the 290. Things are all pointing towards that. Even if you treat this as some giant double bottom, there'll be even more in it. I don't know if I would be game to treat it as a giant double bottom. But yeah, 290 in sight. Continue to follow the trend. Probably on a 1 hour, look at the 20 exponential. Held twice now, so maybe as it catches up, possibly it could act as support through this next process. Check out 20 exponentials on the smaller time frames. Good luck, Mao. Glenn says Boeing. Yep, we certainly have talked about Boeing quite a few times. What a breakout. Up now 2.13%, 6.82. We were bullish on Boeing for some time. There were some hints that it was truly bullish. What were those hints? Even during the market pullback, which was hitting a lot of the sectors, our little inverse head and shoulders here, we got our left shoulder, head, right shoulder. It's actually on an angle, this one, was predicting the 240. So we smashed the 240, and now we've moved out super heavily in this value stock. What is the next stop for Boeing? Well, the good news for Boeing traders is you would have to think it's about 300. Just underneath 300. I'm going to draw a range here, and I'll leave this on the charts for some time now. Let's do this. Let's draw in our rectangle. So we'll draw between 320 and this 298. There we go. So that would be the danger zone I see. We've got a resistance break followed by a sell-off, but it was quite significant. Then we just saw a resistance break, but I think this one is different because this one here actually has a lot of formation. This was gapping and hyping and going wild into that event. Now we have a serious amount of consolidation, a proper pattern, and a breakout. Is this breakout extended? Sure. If it continues to go like this, you know the 300, 298 is going to be bad. If it has a lot of pullbacks through it and does it 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, the 300 is not going to be as bad. It depends on the speed that it gets there. And I do think Boeing is looking okay. But for people that miss the boat, don't worry. There's other ones. There's always another opportunity. Let's have a look at the volume, see if we can learn from the volume. And I'll say you can. Look at this little horizontal. See, the volume increases. The nasty institutions get in. They continue to buy the crap out of Boeing all the way through this, and then suddenly boom. So the volume was the key, plus the price action in this one. It is a story of very high quality trading in a blue chip stock. I like it a lot. We talked about this heaps, didn't we, guys? I've been crapping on about that for quite some time. Let's go to Canopy Growth here. This is a $2 donation from Verified News. Thank you very much, Verified. Great to have you in here supporting the channel. 42.63 on Canopy Growth. So that went hyperactive a little while ago during that weed frenzy after the GME thing. Now it's back down to the 42.63. Pre-market, basically flat. Okay. Go to the monthly. You'll notice very big. Why did 70 stop it? No surprises why. People forget how crazy weed stocks went back in the day. This thing started in 2016 or wherever it is here, like $2. And then hyperacted all the way up to 71. There were some that were going up 300. So it's not unheard of that these hit crazy levels. Guys, they hit crazy levels. Now, 42.63. We need to go quite small time frame here for this one. Okay, 2 hour. Looks like it's doing the right things. But do I feel bullish or bearish or neutral or anything on this? So I just drew through those last highs just because we have closed out. And this is usually the first signal that the bear bust is over and now we're back to some consolidation or growth. Tough chart. Oh, it's a tough chart. It's really tough. Channel has definitely been broken out of. That's bullish. 3 hour maybe. Do we get anything else? It's a really tough chart. I think it looks good, but maybe try to get above this 42.63. It didn't seem to matter last time. It just didn't matter enough. This is really tough. I don't usually say it's tough, but I do. Yeah, okay. So daily we have here 20 and 50 exponential just above. They're both very good moving averages. We saw in silver they're holding it down. As they're so close together, they act as like dynamic resistance. And when you have dynamic resistance, you've got to pay some attention. So I would like to see a bust of 44 with a closure on the daily. And at that point, then you can be saying we're back in the bullish trend. Be careful on the weed stocks a little bit. They're prone to hyperactivity. What may happen is, let's say GME, AMC, any of those types of things crash through, something happens to those. This will be affected and it may shoot up through that because that's what happened last time. If it does, be very, very careful of that crazy 70. I'm sure you'd love that to happen. There's not much structure on the left. Look at this 44. Be careful there. Good luck, Verified News. There's a thing called Safe Moon. Lennis says, what about the Safe Moon? Is that serious? Safe Moon. That's funny. Benjamin Steed says, ride please, how do you donate? You click the little dollar sign that says show your support at FX Evolution and you can super chat through that. Appreciate it, man. Kaichi Zhang, $5. Thank you. Hi, Tom. Love your show. Appreciate it. Please check out Regen. Good fundamentals, but TA says otherwise. Should I hold? Okay, well, we'll have a look at the TA anyway. So Regen, which is Regeneron. TA says I should get out, hey? Okay. Oh, I don't know if it says you should get out. I mean, it's been declining, sure, but... Okay, so first off, I think when you look at a monthly, it's hitting the right area that after a very big decline has come through. Let me just have a quick look at Regeneron for a second. Just having a look here. I just want to see where this Regeneron's from again. Isn't Regeneron in ARC? It is, okay. So it's a pharmaceuticals company, which firstly are not in phase right now. I've said this a little bit about healthcare. Healthcare is not an early bull market cycle type of event. Now, we're obviously in a health crisis in some ways, but a lot of these stocks actually usually don't represent such good value straight away. I think they just got hyperactively overextended. You saw it with CRISPR. You see it with this one. I feel like it's on support. Let's go down to the weekly. You have some problems coming up, but that's okay. Daily. Line chart, probably worthwhile checking out here. So there was a closure below. I still think this 478, well, we know that that was the resistance. So there are some bullish signs here for the base confirmation. So volume is bad. It definitely is way down. The volume is no good. However, you close above this zone here and you can really start to signal some major bullish intentions. And the reason why is you had the 478 acting as resistance. It sold off. It pinned negatively towards you. Then it started consolidating. And that immediately looks to me like you should go in there and you should look at that consolidation pattern. We go into maybe a 2 hour and it kind of looks a little bit flaggish. At least it looks like it's consolidation on the way down with a larger movement underneath. We now slingshot through the 478. Then we don't have much to worry about to the 500. So things are looking better. And I think it's you wouldn't say value, but definitely something that is on its knees from where it was. Other larger time frame trend lines and things that you're going to have to contend with are going to be these types of ones. So I would draw that on your chart. I would have a trend line that goes through all those lower peaks as they came through. I would watch this type of zone, but you'll know instantly this is pretty far away. This is 23rd of, sorry, not 23rd of March. This is $521. So it's a significant increase on current price. It looks okay. You break through this trend line, things are getting seriously bullish back for returning through the levels. So TA looks bad, but the base has probably been found, and hopefully you can get through to 478. Good luck there. Good donation. Interesting stock.
Take your entire stock.
Quick check around the markets here, guys. We've got BTC finding some support on the 50. What do you guys think about Regeneron as well? Interesting. So 4 hour 50 exponential. We have here 56,000. This area here finding support for now. 50 exponential. A closure below this point on the 4 hour is all important for the bears. Then we go towards the 52. I'm sure a lot of you don't want it there, but that's just the reality. It's important. It's at the zone. LTC, another one I'm looking at, holding around this 205 level. If we can, we've got a trend line intersecting with a horizontal support resistance zone. It's a zone. ADA, it's been kind of crappy for the last couple of weeks. ADA and DOT both are looking like they could have more significant falls in them. My explanation here is lower highs consistently with ADA, constantly putting test pressure on this 1.205. 1.025 area. A break below that could expose back down to maybe even the dollar range on ADA. DOT had a rise to fame. This closure here underneath the trend line is significant. Watch that, because that could mean further bearish pressure down to the 32 for DOT, strong horizontal. And if it gets under there, then suddenly we're in the 29s and possibly even worse. So there are other altcoins that are starting to suffer here on the markets. What do you guys think about that? I'm starting to get a little bit worried about some of those. Bitcoin's almighty though, so the 56,000 must hold. Otherwise, they are going to look bad. US 500, 39.48, basically at the peak, at the tippity top, some would say, coming into the market open. It's Monday, the first hour of trade, the Asian session, the the European session. The future's been nothing. I repeat, the future's been nothing about today's trade. We actually have no idea what the sentiment is really going to be, other than the weekly long leg doji closed bullish. That's the only thing we know. But we have FOMC setting up. We know that statement's going to be important. What will the market do? Sell off before or go hyperactive before? I was talking before about how I think 4,000 could be on the cards before the announcement. It's going to be an interesting area. US 100, 13,000 was kind of my thought process for the market open. We go down to here to the 1 hour, selling off a little bit here in the pre-market. 13,000, a strong resistance to crack for the Nasdaq. Then the 13.1 becomes the next level. And after that, 13.3 is the true resistance zone. Let's check out the Webull pre-market. 7.25%. Some reds now coming through. Electronic Arts. Bad company. 130.06 in terms of their game policies. Microsoft, Trade Desk, a few little negatives starting to appear on this market. In the positive side, NXP, Semiconductors, Thermo Fisher, Zillow Group, 2.66. That was down before, wasn't it, Zillow? So now is up. Teladoc, 2.55. Some hyper-growth stocks are moving through for the green. In crazy speculative things, 10% up, 12.27. Wow, 12.27 AMC now. That's a pre-market record for probably since I've streamed AMC GME actually. We did have much higher prices, but I have not seen a $12 pre-market for AMC in some time. So it might be that this is the story for the next couple of days. The squeeze stocks, COS, GameStop, BlackBerry, and even Nokia getting in on the party. Take a back look at these. So here it is, 12.27. Next stop for AMC seems to be around that 14, possibly even the 16. I initially thought 16 was most likely going to be the zone that squeezes to. But yeah, 14 makes a relatively good case for being a resistance or a support. And GME up 5.297, 5.29% at 278. 295 is the level to break before it can try to move towards the 345. What do you guys think about AMC and GME for today? What are your levels? What are your week-long predictions? Give me your week-long predictions for the price. AMC, GME, put them in the stream right now. Let's check it out. Donation here from Sheebull, $3. CTRM, please. We'll check that out right now. Thank you very much for the donation. CTRM. $1.07 up 4.9% from 1.02. Okay, let's get an idea. Whoa, came off a very low base. Sold, then suddenly got interesting again. 1 week. Bought off the right type of support zone. Go to the daily. I'm going to go straight to the 1 hour because I want to see the trend line here, just to show everybody the type of thing that you look for when stuff's going to go bullish. It's just not that great, but usually you want to draw a trend line through the series of last lower highs or peaks. You can see I use that a lot. It's resisting. The $1.02 was pretty strong. So around this $1 psychological was an important zone to close through. If today can get this closure, I don't care if it's 107, 105, 104. Any daily close above this 102 area is going to be bullish and should hopefully lead you to the next zone. Now, where's the next zone? It's going to clearly be at the 120. And if you clear the 120, 140, and then pretty much every 20 cents is going to be slightly like a slight problem here. But I think this is a strong first sign, and $1.20 would be the target for a lot of buyers here. Probably 119 I'd be watching very closely, but 120 for the bull side. Good luck, and thank you very much for the donation. Wasn't AMC $20? Yeah, I wasn't live streaming constantly though. Here we go. $69 coming in from Chris. $15. Go Trump yourself says. AMC $17. These are some weird numbers. GME $358. That's super weird, Mike, but I like it. I'm officially bored with GME and AMC, says Kunal. Fair enough. If you don't hold it, it's pretty boring. $13, Brendan. AMC 14. AMC 14, says Bruce Banner. AMC 24. Interesting zones. Okay.
I'll take your entire
I've managed to get a donation out of a Neo fan. Lucy, $3. I held off on Neo for so long, you couldn't handle it, hey? What's happening with Neo? I'm in at 45.75. All right, let's check out Neo for you, bro. Thank you very much for the donation. 45.75. How are you? So you must have been in over here. Okay, makes sense. This was the initial flash drop. And you got in, and then you probably had a heart attack, and now you're feeling okay again. Okay, let's go over to the weekly. So to understand the beast, we need to understand the important points. And I've lost a few of them that we had drawn up, but we always will have our $40 in the line. Good news is that Tesla recovered quickly. You know, I see Tesla as the #1 sentiment driver for EV stocks. It's kind of like altcoin Bitcoin. Tesla is Bitcoin. Neo is Ethereum. The rest are kind of like weird altcoins that you've never heard of. I mean, I don't even like some of those stocks, but let's just go with Neo is Ethereum for now. What do you guys reckon? Neo Ethereum or something else? 45.63. Things are looking good because you got bullish closures above 40. You got that 41. I don't care. Retested 40. Found buying pressure again. That's awesome. Then we had the 46, and now we've got a 45.70. So things are looking okay. Next target is 50. So 50 is going to bring out some trading. And then you've got the 55. Now, I don't think that Neo can reach 55 without Tesla going towards 800. So Tesla will be around 800 when Neo's around 55. That's just my thought process. The Bitcoin, Ethereum synergy, let's go with. 45.50. Yes, it can get to $50, but you're going to need Tesla to close above 700. So think less about Neo and more about what is Tesla doing. If Tesla closes above 700, it's all good for Neo because Neo can then push towards the next zones. When Tesla is at something like 720, 750, then you'll be reaching the $50 price target. If Tesla moves through that, like let's call it 720, then you can move towards the 55. So I'd be actually looking at Tesla's price. And I know that seems super weird, but I would. I noticed they trade very, very similarly. And it's really the sentiment derived from that one. Snoop Doji. I like it. VW is good EV bet. GME and AMC gained pre-market, Tech Boost says. Tesla is toast. I wouldn't touch it. Verified News says. Neo is rubbish from Lego Spartan. Well, regardless of what we think of the companies, that's just my thing. Neo is the poor man Tesla. Well, if you want to, exactly, Victor. If it's the poor man Tesla, and let's just say we'll go with that for now, then yes, it should trade with the sentiment. Ethereum could be seen as the poor man Bitcoin in some ways, maybe Litecoin more so. Let's go through here and check out if there's any real TA we can do on it. 46 closure above. Yes, that'll expose 50. Lots and lots of support buying around this 46, which is where you got in. Nice. Support buying. Weird doji that just ended up going bearish. See this doji? Indecision candle. Bearish. Sell off. Use the doji. It teaches you well. It's like Cobra Kai. 40, 46, 45, 50, 46. This is the zone you want to break out today, and then you can move towards the 50. It'll pretty much synergize with Tesla though. Good luck. Series of higher peaks, higher troughs through this sequence. Things are looking better for Neo, and I wish you all the best. Are those Yu-Gi-Oh cards behind you? No, they're not. They're the second one, Tech Boost. Yes, they are MTG. It's a sheet. Fusion 301 says, I totally agree. I've been day trading CCIV solely on Tesla's movement. Fusion, you get it, man. I like it. Look at the community. You guys are smart. BTC dumping again? Yeah, you made me look there, Ishmis. You made me look, but it's all right. Oh, wait, it's not right. I thought I saw 56,000. All right, let me click on the button. Then we'll go to the donations. I swear I saw it. I got crazy dyslexic and I thought it was 56,000. So yes, it is dumping again. There is the dump. The closure happened on the 50 exponential. But now bearishness is coming back in. So will we hit the 52? I really would expect some buying pressure at 52. Pretty bearish. How big is the pullback there as a percentage? Crypto can be crazy sometimes. 15% that would mean. Yeah, look, it's that 20, guys. I told you the 20 exponential, it's evil. If it works, it works. But when it closes below, like it worked during the last session, you guys are telling me it's crashing, Tom, it's crashing. I said, no, that 20, just got to hold it. The evil closure below, and all of a sudden you're down here looking bad. And that's the trading from the perspective. But now we've got to figure out where's the next areas. Where's the zones? 52. Resistance should act as support. Paul Horseman, $4.99. Thank you so much, Paul. Always enjoy your analysis. Usually work early, but I'm off for 2 months with baby on the way. Congratulations, Paul. Congratulations from the chat to you as well. Sounds very exciting. So I'll be seeing you more often. Well, that's awesome. Can you check out the SPI? Certainly can. SPI. I assume it's the energy company. Paul, please tell me if it's not. I'll load my... Oh, wait, I've got messages coming in here. Oh, it's just from Ty. All right, no worries. All good. Lucian Mart, just a quick shout out to Lucian Marin from before. Just says, buying Tom a beer. Thank you very much. I can do all of that. Thank you, Dave. Some great mods in the crowd as well. Appreciate all of you for modding this up so much. So Paul wants to look at this SPI, which I assume is this energy company. Let's have a look. Remember, the same TA that we use on these types of things, you can use across the board. I use it in everything, except for the soft commodities and really small little penny stocks that I don't care about because they just won't trade technically. So the good news is that almost all of these body closures, not so much the wicks, but the body closures have been broken against. You can see a little bit of resistance was held here and then it closed above. That is a bullish signal. And there's quite a lot of this going in the stock market at the moment. Some bullish movements coming through after a series of heavy declines. We now approach this 80, and I know you're in pre-market above this already, which is awesome. So we now approach the $8. The resistance break out of this can then expose 9 and possibly expose 10. So every dollar here is going to be important. But the 850, I mean, that's a great pre-market for you. It's up 6.74%. It actually closed a 1 hour above. So that 1 hour closed 8.04. So I tell you that sometimes the close tells you a closure above 8, which means a daily closed above 8. And all of a sudden it's on in the pre-market like Donkey Kong. So $9 will be the next target, then 10. It's a lot of chop here. So I'd be long-term very, very careful around that 12. I don't know if it pays to own this particular thing ever past $12. I mean, I know it went crazy in September, but I don't know how high did that go? What the hell? 46. Was this like some psycho pump? That's insane. Yeah. It's looking good. $9, $10, then $12. I don't think 11 is a big problem. They're the sequences I'd use. Look forward to seeing you here more, Paul. Tyler Dillahay, $10. Thank you so much, Tyler. What do you think about Apple? Possible event on the 23rd. I got 5 call contracts at 121 for March 26th. Ooh, you'll be sweating chips on the 23rd then. Possible event. Let me have a look here. I'm just going to type something on the other screen. Are you talking about an event for some new products? I assume that's what you are talking about. Let me have a look here. Apple event March 23rd. March 23rd, Apple event rumored to unveil new iPad Pro. Yeah, that would make sense. It's the iPad season. AirPods 3, hopefully with better battery life, and AirTags. Ah, the AirTags. Yeah, the AirTags. A stupid thing, but going to be very, very popular. I think that the same thing that always happens in all Apple events will occur. And that's generally buy the rumor, sell the fact. So we're up 0.21. You bring up an interesting and good point. So if they announce the AirTags, and you're probably all on the AirTag thing, if people believe that, they hype in. When was that? Look at the last announcements, Tyler. I can't do it right now for you, but go through every single last announcement for Apple, like their iPad one, their major iPhone one, and have a look at the way that the stock interacts with it. Now, AirTags would be a new product. They haven't had one of those in a while. The Pro, I don't care about the iPad Pro. I don't think the market will either. And the AirPods, no one cares about because they're not a new product. But the tag, if it did come out, do you guys reckon the tag will come out? The market might, like, people might bullishly buy that. So trend line here is down so far for Apple. We're going to go through the 4-hour series of lower highs. We haven't broken a sequence that makes us go bullish on it yet. Pre-market is still 121.14. I'll be looking on Apple at a closure above the 124 to be showing me that we've got bullish intentions back on board. They're just not showing it to me yet, so I'm not that interested in it. I don't mind missing out on a little bit of low if I'm trading. And I want to see this sequence get broken above. Lots of noise in here, lots of chop, lots of weird stuff. Apple truly is not bullish looking right now. Needs to break through the 124 for me. I like your thought process. You got 121 calls, March 26th. You're already in the money. Things are looking better in the market. So if it can continue bullish and there's more rumors around that, Apple tends to not run with retail crowd until maybe the week before. So maybe this is your week. What are we at? We're at 15th, announcement 23rd. So after the FOMC, you'll probably see some people buy in. Good luck. Randall Owl, $5. How about Mara? Well, I said I'd also look at Riot, I think, so I'll check that out. This will be down 4.82%. So crypto will not be helping this one. Bullish action was strong above the 40. Hard to analyze Mara properly, but bullish action was strong. Now sitting at the 38.95. So where's that? It's actually holding up much better. Let me just quickly check out Riot. So Riot's actually down more pre-market, 59.41. So I think Riot could go back down to the 56.62, and I would expect that. So around here would be my Riot kind of position. Mara, you just really want to hold in here. Like, basically, don't go under here. And as long as it holds above that zone, what is that zone? 38. So right now it's 39.11. So if it can hold above 38, it's still holding bullish sentiment. That's good. It's looking good. Nothing really wrong with Mara at that point. Yeah. I just wanted to hold there. And if Bitcoin recovers after let's say it hits 52,000, if it keeps selling off here, then you can move back to the 50. But you just don't want it to really go underneath this structure because that breaks your whole sequence. You've got a low, an intervening peak, consolidation above. There's no problem with it coiling for a very long time here because when it breaks out, it's going to be like a slingshot effect into that 50 and you're going to get quite a nice movement. Good luck, Randall, and thank you for the donation. Is CCIB the poor man Tesla? Probably. John S., $2. Tom, looking to short corn. John, you're trolling me, man. $2. Looking to short corn. Downside target. Are you serious? Corn? I swear, I don't like looking at this chart. All right, which corn will we use? Is this like, it's not corn, there's a crypto corn. All right, we'll look at corn futures. I'm not sure which contract. We'll just go with current contract. 538, looking to short the corn. Why would you look to short this demon? This thing is out of control, isn't it? So August, it was sitting at 308, now 538. Let me load up some weekly on corn so you can see the madness. Look at the madness, guys. When the trend is on, and then it's off, and then it's just madness. I can see what you're looking at. So your short process on corn is probably through the supports. Series of lower peaks a little bit. Consolidation down here. What is this? 530. Closure above, below could expose further selling at least to the 500. So I think it's a fair play. It's a fair thing. I wouldn't do it because you know what I think about this. But 560 resistances, lower peak, lots of pressure on this point here. Heaps and heaps of pressure. Notice there was a closeout before on the 4 hour. So what I want to do is I want to go to the daily. No closure below. So your signal is going to be for shorting would be a closure below the 530. Then you can be more sure that it's going to flow on and the movement will move through to the 500. Thanks so much for the people joining us today. 1,950 viewers, 717 likes. Let's get that like up to 1,000, guys. Help us out here. It's going to be awesome. Harry Chu says, Elon takes new corporate title. Techno king of Tesla pumping BTC again. Is he tweeting again? Elon Musk Twitter. Is he really doing it again? I don't think it's going to work anymore. No, he's not doing anything. Elon Musk sued by Tesla investor for erratic tweets. That's the story at the moment. John S. trading the corn futures. Good luck. Analysis of AMC, please. Good purchase for opening. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. All right. We've done the AMC GME. 12.20 on the pre-market. 9.32%. You guys are probably feeling pretty good about this, and I don't see why you shouldn't. Every single time when you're checking out AMC and GME, 30 minutes, okay, is the time frame that you need to look at for the sentiment for the day. Is it bullish? Is it bearish? Is it holding price through that trading point and session? I would expect it to probably open above 12 for now, based on just how strong this pre-market's been. Maybe some initial selling. So a little bit of spike up and initial selling into the 12. You would probably see 12 become some form of resistance. By support, sorry, because it was resistance. Then a movement up. Look, a movement up could expose 14. We're in uncharted territory, really, because remember last time when it went to 20, it just went bang, 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 down a little bit, and it was just all over. So it happened very quickly, guys. And because it happened so quickly, the crunch was on so fast, we don't have much left-hand information to work off. So we've got this every $2 kind of point, and then after 16, clearly the 20 becomes an open play for AMC. So I like the 12.16. Wait for a close above that would be the signal that it's actually held the zone. And I expect some erratic trade through the first 15 minutes of the session. Because I can stay up with you guys today, we're going to be doing that first 15 minutes. I'm going to be watching it with you to see how AMC and GME interact with the zone. I'm specifically more interested in this side than I am in this side right now, just because $12 is such a key critical resistance. GME crowd 4.54, 276. We need a 295 plus to hold through. So 30 minutes, $12 must close above. If it does, possible squeezing into the 14. Good luck. Matteo says, hammer that like button. Thank you very much there, Matteo. Tony Gardner says, hi here again. Great to have you here, Tony. You're Aussie? Yeah, absolutely. Michael Hananan, $5. FX Evo to the moon. Appreciate it, man. Thoughts on ACB? Love the live. I wake up early for it. That's awesome. Any appreciated feedback is good. Go to our Discord. Click the link, guys. Click it above. Click it wherever it is. It should be in the chat. Come join us in the public Discord. Share memes. I'll chuck them in the intro. Why not? If they're good, I like them, I put them in. You'll notice they're in the meme room right now, and I've added it. So if you want to be in the intro, put them in there. The other thing I want to say is I want to constantly improve the stream for you guys. What do you want to see? Let me know. Only through your feedback can I get an idea of what everyone wants to see. Bitcoin, just to do a summary here, 55,486. Closure down here is pretty much pointing towards 52,000. This is pushing all cryptos down. DOT looks really negative. Unfortunately, it was holding strong and then it just went bad. And we talked about on the stream when sometimes you got to cut and run, and it looks like that was the right play there for DOT. XRP, it's just not going to move as much. It's on a firm base. So XRP is just going to sit while these other ones move faster. LTC right around the right zone. So it has to hold here if it doesn't. Market coming in now a little bit weaker. 39.41 up 0.0 or down 0.05. And the US 100 down 0.13. So the future session means nothing for Mondays for the stock market. It is the first hour of trade where Wall Street trade and trap and all these things. And it's really only after the daily close that you can tell what's going on. So if you're interested in that, subscribe or check out the daily close in the video tomorrow. Silver 2607, gold 1730, and dollar index is coming in at a 91.80. Broader markets. Squeeze stocks seem to be the play here. Anything to do with Bitcoin and crypto is definitely down. 10.26 on one, AMC 8.87, and Zemedia Corp 6.11 with GameStop slightly behind. Screener for the up downs. Big ups, NXP Semiconductors, DoorDash, don't know how. My poor Teladoc, where are we? Oh, only 0.78 now, poor Teladoc. Lilly, Zscaler, some discounts coming through here in the pre-session. Okay, let's go back over that donation there. ACB. Aurora Cannabis. Now, can I ask, Michael, have you done the fundamentals on this one? Do you really like the fundamentals on Aurora Cannabis? It's kind of terrifying. Check their cash flow position. I would suggest go and have a look at the fundamentals there. So 1057, it was a beneficiary of the last pull, but this time around it hasn't been as much. So it went from a 944 as a percentage is still good to 1060. Is that as good as Tilray? It's not as good as Tilray. Do I like it here? Well, I mean, anything above 10 is okay for ACB. That's good. It stopped the decline that went through these two highs and here, pointing to possibly some future movement. 1060 was previous support, which acted now as resistance. So you've got your horizontal. but I find this one a very tough fundamental play, and it would be worthwhile doing your own analysis on it. I had a look and I was like, ugh. 12 will be your resistance here. You just need it to hold up. 1054 doesn't really scare me pre-market. It just needs to try to get above the 1060. Sorry, was this 10? Yeah, 1070. Sorry, 1070. So we get above the 1070, then we can start to move up. And I do think that if AMC and GME, the whole situation deteriorates, there will be a movement, most likely from the retail crowd, like last time, into the marijuana positions. However, I think Tilray performed much better last time. So did, of course, Sundial, though that's just terrifying in itself. And Afria, APHA. Appreciate you getting up early, and good luck. Let's go through some community here. What's happening to Cardano at the moment? So Cardano is trading at 1.01704. So we'll have a look there. There it is, Cardano. At FX Evolution, please consider general knowledge, market functions, and stereotypical issues as a topic. Giving info for free on YouTube equals the dollars. I'm bullish on your YouTube channel with the right moves. Thank you very much, Anders. I'm always bullish on the YouTube channel. But yeah, I do appreciate that. General knowledge / market functions. Okay. Cool. I remember a local guy here bought corn futures and has never sold it. When harvest came, he had about 20 semis full of corn show up at his house to deliver. I think he donated it to a bunch of pig farmers. Is that serious, Carol? Cool. That's like something gone wrong. What is this? I don't understand. What is this? Govind. Well, hello, Govind. We're talking about the market. We're doing technical analysis going in. Trade analyzing, that's correct. If you get your stock tips from Twitter, you deserve all that you get, Ian says. I think that there are some good people on Twitter, actually, Ian. YouTube and forums and everything are all bad, but there are some good analysts out there. You've just got to go through, you got to wade through that jungle of hell, and once you get through, you should get a few good ones. BTC volume profile is interesting under large trading resistance. We all know what happens when Tom hits 1K, right? That's right, Michael. Get us to 1K and you'll find out. Tom, you look Greek. I can assure you I'm not Greek. But that's probably because I'm wearing some kind of like Calypso shirt today. At FX Evolution, more US dollar CAD. It better be good, Ty. Because if I'm going to look at US dollar CAD, which not many... Does anyone even like currency on this stream? US dollar CAD. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What is this? Looks bad. Should I be bullish here? I don't know. It looks pretty bad. US dollar CAD. Yeah, it fell through pretty hard off that 126. Back down at the 124. If it's going to hold, it better hold here. Otherwise, bad things will happen. Go to the 2 hour. It's hard to be bullish on the US dollar CAD right now. Probably getting punished through the oil trade. Yeah, we'll come back to the US dollar CAD, but maybe not just yet. What's your thoughts on NEO? Jeremozo says it looks good. Basically, it's just following Tesla. So if Tesla can hold above 700, then things will be bullish. If Tesla falls below 700, can't break through, I'm a little bit bearish on it. 55 and 50 are your targets, and you just need to break the previous high of last week to get the first target. So good luck. ETH BTC, we looked at a lot of BTC and ETH. ETH found the support at 1728, bounced off. BTC closed the 4 hour at 56. It's now bouncing again. 56, 50 exponential moving average. Get another wick rejection off here. That will be very good. That will show that the knife, the falling knife, has been stopped. But it's still early days in the session. So watch how it reacts around this 50 exponential, and we will check that out for the next hour and 45 minutes. So we're about an hour away here from market open. For Australians, it's a sigh of relief. For all the Aussie traders out there, 12:30 is the new open. That's awesome. It's time to go through it. I missed, what's the cannabis thing? So as I missed it, just cannabis usually runs after the GME AMC situation fell out last time. And I tend to believe that, let's call it, it's like not a rational market, but Wall Street bets and all the people around those types of things do tend to follow a similar pattern. So let's see if they go down the same area. What's happening with treasury yields? Yeah, I actually loaded them before. Where are my treasury yields? 10-year treasury yields, not much. I mean, they were down before. They've now spiked slightly to 1.623. Is that scaring the market? So negligible on the decline that maybe that slight movement there. Let's have a look here. 15-minute. Yeah, probably coincides with it. Some bouncing up through the last kind of hour. The market started going red. Probably synergizes together. Check BTC. It's just sitting at 56, isn't it? For the little traders out there, these are your lines. Put them in here. And what do we know this as, guys, in the community? What would this be on the 15-minute chart if we saw it close above here? What is it? Let me know now. Donations coming in. Let's get back and caught up here. Let's go through. Make sure I don't miss any. All right, we're coming down. Lucrative Wolf. Nice name. $5. JDST, please break even at $11.40. 1 year expiry. Break even is $11.40, 1 year expiry. So are you in some kind of option? I assume so. We'll come back to BTC soon. AMC holding 1222, GME pre-market 275 for those traders out there. VIX as well, we didn't look at that today. It was actually up. So VIX is 3.96, an unusual morning. VIX will probably continue to climb into what? The FOMC meeting. So even if the market's kind of floating around doing nothing, I wouldn't be surprised to see the VIX continue to climb into that event. Check out the previous history on that. It can be interesting. JDST. Junior Gold Miners. You have a $11.40 call, 1 year expiry. Because you're in Junior Coal Miners... Wait, cold? Gold, not coal. You don't want to be in coal. Well, we have a nice little trend line that comes through 3 points now. That's good. A lot of consolidation. Holy moly, that's consolidation. It's like a hideous amount. Let's go to the daily. Okay, that's all bearish. Oh, well, I like this one for a longer term kind of position to think about it. So you're up here. Fair enough. But I love this consolidation. This is bear? Is this the one you're in? That's a bear 2x. I assume that is that actually the one? Oh yeah, it's bear 2x. Okay. Or from the bull side, you would just want it to get through this 1289. That would be explained why it looks so weird, because it's one of these bear 2x's. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, in Australia, you do not trade this kind of way to get necessarily margin or leverage into something. Look, 1289 is clearly your resistance. If you get through that, if you're buying this, then you can look for some serious moves. In fact, I would just take the range of here and extrapolate that out. I'm not sure if I would be in this type of position on this fund, but this is your obviously choice, which is fine. We've got here a 1686 move. Trend line, put it in your chart, watch the price action around here. And if you break the 1289, things are looking good on your side. Good luck, Lucrative Wolf. I appreciate the donation. It's an interesting position. Good luck. Sheebull says, I love this the way it is. Thank you very much, Sheebull. Nami Koi says, lol. Nasdaq is going down. Sheesh. Christopher. No, not today, okay? SQ, please, Tom. Sully, we will do it. Alec, I've got a little bit of like SQ down here on the right-hand side. You guys can't see. Alec, Diefenbach. Diefenbach. Australian, $4.20. Thank you for the donation. Mana, please, mate. M8910. M8910. What? Isn't mana the coin? What's M8910? Maybe I'm out of the lingo there on that one. I can't know everything about everything. So I'm hoping it's this mana US dollar, which it should be. We've done this one before on the stream. What actually happened on this day? Went mental. Looks like a pump and a smashing dump. It's formed a base. Now, this was supposedly something that did... the dollar is good. So dollar's here. It's hovering around there. 20 exponential was holding. Probably continue to watch small time frame. Little double bottom. This will be very similar to the Bitcoin position. You instantly can see as well that we've got very strong support buying on the smaller time frames and resistance. You've got a little double bottom here in the 15-minute. So if you close above this zone, that will then signal buying pressure into the 1.10. Could be a nice little trade. Mana hopefully forming a base here. Watch Bitcoin as well. It is going to be paramount that Bitcoin holds the 56,000 and holds within that range. We had Bitcoin up before. There's our Bitcoin range. It must hold within this area, seeing buying pressure. And if it does the double bottom, Mana should move a similar way. Good luck, Alec. Thank you very much. Mike D says, I waded through the jungle of hell and found Tom. Thanks very much, Mike, listening to what I said before. That's awesome. SQ, we will do that soon. I want to do that. Eric, 123, SEC 50. Thank you. Good evening, Tom. Could you check out Corsair? So I feel like we've done Corsair a few times. And every time I look at Corsair charts, kind of like floating in the middle of nowhere. Let's have a look at Corsair now. Oh, Eric, yes. A 15-minute. It makes me less excited. I was so excited. I was thinking, oh, there was nice resistance. Damn it. I'm less excited now. I found out that was a 15-minute chart. If that was like a daily, I would have gone crazy. So the reason I was like, oh, looks good, is because you are seeing a series of high lows. And you guys know I love high lows. Might as well wear a shirt that just says buy high lows. And resistance is firm at this 34. So a closure above, and pre-market it is 334.25, is signaling a move to the next area. Now we want to go out and we want to understand the landscape of this thing. So this thing, it came in, went strong, went 51, came back down. I supported you. I got the Corsair keyboard here. So I've got some Corsair to support you on this one. Don't buy as much anymore. If anyone wants a good mouse, this thing's good. I don't know if you can see it. Glorious something. It's good. I bought it this year. It's very nice. Stupid mouse. Move it over there. So 34. Important. Daily looks good. Such an important zone. Previous supports. 36, the next target. There is problems there. So I'd probably put like a 36 in. Yeah. I feel like the movement here, if we close like on 1 hour above, because remember we did gap once before and then not hold it. So we need to be careful of that. Learn from the left so we can punish on the right. 36 here is the target. Closure above is going to signal that target, and it should be a pretty nice movement through. I wouldn't listen to all this noise. I don't care about that. From what we saw in the charts, 36 seems like the target. Series of higher lows, continue to hopefully have that one through, maybe draw a trend line through it. Good luck, looks all right. Thank you for your SEC 50 donation. Yes, on currencies. Listen to Tom, he has some wicked pre-science from my observations. His TA is in the money. I appreciate that. What's your opinion on Open Door? Not really going to mention it. What's the cannabis thing? Oh, yeah, that's from before. All right, I think we're getting close here. Winter Mute, welcome to the Diamond Hands community. Now, Winter, you'll receive a little message, okay, now that you've joined it. Please follow that, link your Discord, all of those things, and it should all be automatic now. I fixed it on the weekend. Glorious. Double bottom, local trend change. That's right, guys. It's a 15-minute, but it is a double bottom. The big dub, says Ian. I like that one. It's a bear leveraged fund. Yeah, it's a nasty leveraged ETF. And look, I like leveraged ETFs, and the way that I like them so much is you guys get funding. Check the funding cost on your leveraged ETFs if you can get hold of it. Some ETFs that are leveraged, they may only pay. Remember a few years ago, we had interest rates about 4.5% here in Australia, and there were literally leveraged ETF in Australia was paying 1.9% leverage, and I was thinking it's a leveraged index. And I'm thinking, why the hell would I have a margin loan when I can get leveraged loan for 1.8%? Even with their 0.7 management fee, it was still cheaper than anyone could get. Randall L, another $5 donation. CHPT, please. All right, man, we'll do that. Cloudflare, Imran wants. Oh, Imran, getting greedy for some of these. Tom, it's Glorious Model O. That's what I'm using. Super good mouse. Only problem, dead skin going inside over time. Nah, man. No dead skin in here. Too clean. Need a little vacuum just in case. Oh, that's hard. I never thought about that. I'm going to get a little vacuum on that now. Tom, do you have some favorite stocks that you invest in? Well, if you've been watching this channel for a little while, you would see me skitzing about a few stocks for sure. I do like a few of them. Let's go back up here. So Randall L wants CHPT. Then we'll do 2 pretty good stocks. Then we'll come back to the donations and we'll do some pre-market. So we're 45 minutes away here. Monday open. We've got 1,882 viewers. Thanks so much for joining us. If you're enjoying the stream, like it, subscribe. Definitely follow along. We do cover as much as we can in the markets. AMC, GME are up. So, of course, a few people are hyped about that one. Some of the other crazy stocks of the day. People are trending on Barber. People are trending on... How is Zedkin trending? That Zedkin thing, I swear to God, that was like one that people were getting paid to spruik. I just want to look at this. Wait a second here. Wasn't this the paid spruik thing? I don't understand that at all. CHPT 2751 2790. Okay, daily. Support, resistance, peak now 3151, pre-market down. It looks fine, but you don't know when it's going to drop. So all you have to do here is you take the fib of the last pull up. You know why it stopped here. 200 simple moving average on a 4-hour significant and a 50 around it. Whenever you've got 2 really good moving averages like the ones we use on this channel, they are going to act as resistance or support. We've moved up. We've hit this 3170 zone. We then pulled back down to the 38,250 area. And we're finding some bullish pressure through here. Now we're trading 2751. So I think all is in order. All is fine. You broke through the 20 exponential, which acted as dynamic resistance multiple times through here. So the trend line, everything like that is all being broken through. It could just be the trough, the peak, the higher trough. And when you get through this zone, and I hope you do, this is the 3170, you can be pretty bullish for this up to around 36-ish, just under 36-ish dollars. So I like the kind of pullback. This is what we call the lightning bolt when things are looking okay. You just don't want it underneath the 50 fib. So that is underneath this 2560. Looks okay there, Randall. good luck on this one. I wish you all the best. Thanks for the donation. Okay, Alex says Diefenbach. Diefenbach. That's how you pronounce his name. Very close, mate. 9 out of 10. Yep, Manny USD. Perfect. Alex says, thanks, legend. I just got into your stream watching BTC break 60. Well, welcome aboard. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's awesome. Was JDST what you checked out before, Tom? If so, check out its 3-year. What the hell, that ETF? I thought it was an ETF. I did check out JDST. This is all I got here. Lots and lots of range. Oh, okay. Yeah. You're wondering about why it does this. Because they restarted it during the crash. It probably blew up. Who knows? Some of these can blow up and do strange things. We'll put it on this chart for a second. Actually, no, we won't. We'll go over to some stocks. Now, someone asked about Cloudflare before and Square. So firstly, you can see when a good quality hypergrowth stock comes back in the market, how strong buying can be. So here we had sell-off down to the 20 exponential. Oh, that's not really the 20 exponential. It sold off down to previous resistance structure back in October. We saw buying pressure immediately come back into it. And now we're at a bit of a tough point. So we've got a lot of closures around 76. So pre-market today, this is down 1.7. And I expect it to be. I mean, the move is super quick, super fast, lots of gaps. We completely beat out the market here on Cloudflare. But you know that that's because the fundamentals are agreeing with the technicals. It's that harmony together in stock markets that can really help you trade better. So here is my thought process. I'm actually pretty bullish. I don't really see any problems with it. Resistance at 77. There's no real trend line where I just drew, by the way. That's just completely pointless. Delete that crap. That is no good. So we have 77. Resistance is now hovering, and I'm happy with it just to sit in here for a little bit. And if it does break out, then we can get the next movement onto here. But I'm not too greedy. I mean, this stock shouldn't go nuts too fast. It's more, I want it to do it with the correct kind of flow. And I'm pretty bullish on Cloudflare. I quite like this stock. So good area. Square, nice pre-market, or nice action recently. Went down to 200. I never expected it to go down to 192. That was probably a price misadjustment. 200 is reached. I like the company. I do think it's pretty highly priced. But the retail community just loves buying this thing. So we're back at resistance. We moved up aggressively because it's a very good quality stock. And that's what happens when the price adjustment occurs. Remember, what does Warren Buffett say? It's got some true facts out there from the Buffmaster. He says it's better to buy a great company at a good price than a good company at a great price. And I tend to agree with him on that. 200 was already an okay price. It's not the best. And then we moved through and we've now hit previous resistances back in that December, early January period. So I expect some consolidation here on Square ahead of potentially the FOMC meeting. Let's go back over to some of these donations. What do I think about US oil? WTI crude. You know I'm bullish up until this point, and then I get bearish again. I'll show you why. Weekly, for anyone that's coming in. Strong technical through 65. Now, a lot of you will say, oh, Tom, you're stupid. Why did you sell at 65? Why did you get out? It's now, what trade? Oh, it's now 65 again, so I'm smart again. But it went higher to 68. I don't care where it goes after it hits my point. So my point was, I believed in the 65. It's super extended in its recovery. Look, it just made sense to stop here. Where's the next level for oil? Here. And I'm telling you, when they write those articles, and they will, because oil will probably go to 75 before this is all said and over. When they write their articles on $75 oil, they're going to instantly go $100. And as soon as they say that, it is done. You know what I saw today? And I lost the damn articles on Bloomberg. Value stocks still have 20% to run, says top analyst. Yeah, because it's so great. What did I tell you guys about 2-3 weeks ago? We're closing in on the end of the financial run to reprice itself. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, even though some of them are bumpering, Wells Fargo, etc. Because now everyone sees the value play. It's when you want to run away. You don't stay in the value play. The value play is over. 20% more to run. What, over how long? Alec, another donation coming through here. $6.90. Thanks so much for that, mate. My $500 mana 10x to 5K. But I've also got most of my savings in the BTC and ETH. So should probs take some profits? Lol. No worries there, Alec. That's awesome. Yeah, look, there's definitely some profits to be made or taken if you want to. I mean, you would have done very well in BTC and ETH over the last period of time. It just depends on what your scenario is. So I'm always big on the old boring adage of it's better to have a little bit of diversification, have some ETH, have some crypto, have some stocks, have some property, have some bonds. Most stock traders will be like, oh, I only have stocks or I only have crypto or whatever. I'm big on a little bit of everything if you can get it. Appreciate that donation. Best mouse is Logitech MX3, no contest. I quite like the Glorious Model O is good. Hyperinflation will ensue, says Bloodbath McGrath, if dollar keeps devaluing. Well, we don't want the dollar probably too much lower. It can go lower, but not that much lower. Scroll down here. Craig Owl donation. Look at UWMC, please. Okay, UWMC. Whoa. $4.99 donation. Crazy movement last week. Followed by not much holding. This thing looks like a pre-market special. It's actually, can we learn something about the pre-market special here? It almost never holds a green day. Last time it held a green day, it went crazy. Then it had a green day, it went slightly higher. I'd almost argue that if this thing has green day after the pre-market and you close green, it's looking a bit bullish. Hey, I would go into the smaller timeframes. We have to go into the smaller timeframes to understand the structure. Is there any structure? I guess you'd say $9 is resistance. Reason I say that, lots of support around here with body closes and wicks. 2 wick rejections and a body close right there. It's not the red one, it's this green one we want to be looking at. So it's very nice. Down here, no, I'm so neutral on this, it's not funny. I don't have any strong opinion either way, which is a bit boring. Maybe it's found support, previous resistance, a little bit of buying, did break through once. Held last time, maybe it holds again, moves up here. When it held here, where'd it go? 9. When it held here, where may it go? Possibly 9. Look for a clue on the daily close. If it can hold the green, and it's up 0.96 right now, that has signaled a few times further bullish momentum. So good luck, Craig. There's very little TA that we can do here, though. Good morning. Has Sundial been reviewed today? If so, how'd it look? Arthur says. You guys kill me with the corn futures and now the Sundial questions. Next will be Dogecoin. $1.45. Let's have a look at Sundial. What do I think? I don't think much. I guess I'm wrong because it went up 45% from the dollar. But we did think that dollar would be strongish buying. Look, it's I don't know. So memey. $1.45. I don't think the $1.45 means anything bullish or bearish. Lots of weird resistance wicking and bodies and wicks and all sorts of things. So this 2-hour time frame here, there's been no closures above that zone. Closure above exposes that point. What's that? $1.62, which was similar to last time. And then it could go even more crazy. All right, well, look, I mean, I think this doesn't mean anything at $1.45, possibly a closure above and like a 1 hour or 2 hour. Look at the left-hand side history. And then if it does, it could expose 160, 162, and then you can move to the next zone. You know, I'm a bit more a fan of Tilray, Afria, that kind of thing. I would check them out. Please take a look at PLTR. So we have done PLTR today, and it remains the same process. We're looking at the 28 to 30 range, 30 being the resistance and 28 being the first level of resistance. I expect with such strong pre-market price action, such as 27.34, that we could move into the 28s. Find some area there, and then maybe do a little bit of selling, and then 30 the eventual target. 30 will experience way harder selling, I would expect, on PLTR. Tom, what do you think of Lucid Motors going forward with CCIV? Will this be a big competitor for Tesla? Namikoi, I would be completely guessing. Let the community probably tell you more about that. I don't really know if anyone knows the answer to some of these things, because a lot of it's, isn't it, untested to a degree. I'm not strong in the EV space. I'm not going to tell you I am. I think Tesla brings some interesting things to the table, but yeah, from a TA perspective, Tesla's just been a bullish circus up until recently when I did go bearish on it. And for now, it's holding around a good zone. I don't know if it's going to compete, though. I have no idea whether their car is going to get it done. Thank you so much to the 1,891 people joining us today. Thank you for the donations. Appreciate it. Unfortunately, spamming it will not work for you, Salvatore. BA, yeah, we looked at BA before. Very strong price movement. Look at this, 273 up 1.75. The volume was the key here, and we did the analysis. 300 is the target for BA. The faster it gets there, the more likely it is to sell off around the 300 zone. Remember, if the price action goes hyperbolic, when it hits that resistance area, it just gets destroyed. So be very, very, very careful around 300. Fortnite says that we have gasoline in the future. Is that true, Bloodbath McGrath? The force is strong with that Dave G, says Tyron. Yep. Yeah, there was no point in spamming. It's not going to work. Hive blockchain, TSXV. Mass production is very hard to overcome in auto. Very true, Rodney. I've been talking to my engineer friends about this whole Tesla EV thing, and mass production is difficult. Barber, we've looked at Barber a few times. We got a donation before about it. Barber's support is around 225. Pre-market looks weak. It's getting some interest. I think it does have a lot of problems from a government standpoint. So be careful with this. If it busts through 225, it could be quite bearish. So it's been declining for some time, along with Baidu, along with others. If you're bullish Barber, your level is somewhere around in here. And obviously look at the fundamentals here. I think it's very important you do so. Life advice from Fortnite. Nice, Michael says. Fortnite also makes it clear that gold will be important. Wow. I had no idea that Fortnite was teaching us how to trade. Hey, Tom, what are your thoughts on the Russell 2000? IWM. Okay, we'll have a look here. 233.78. So my thoughts are it's a madman. Look at it go. As a mad machine of an index. But has it done it before? So we looked over this the other day. It did move through quite heavily through the last couple of points. That 09 into 11 area was pretty aggressive. Then after the first recovery, because that's when it recovered to the top, after it broke that, which happened in 12, it went mad because it went up quite a lot. I mean, that's a big percentage, and then it hyperextended again. I think this is more of a sequence of people realizing that a lot of smaller tech companies and a lot of new innovation is coming in. It's also a whole bunch of crap that's just going really, really high. So you've got a lot of people that are thinking these companies are worth lots in the future and everything. But I tend to think the Russell 2000 is benefiting from companies speeding up their growth curves And that's why we're seeing it go so nuts. And it's been very, very cool to see. Daily, hard to read. I mean, it broke out clearly on the Friday session. Pre-market could come down to the 230. Possibly we get a pullback to the 230. But there's nothing saying that it's over or the trend's over. But when it crashes, it really crashes. Look at this 18 into December period. I mean, how much is that as a percentage? Let's get the ruler out here. Is brutal. You know, that's a 30% crash in the entire index. So it's benefiting from the fact that there are huge amounts of small companies that are coming through, and I believe a lot of them will be in the S&P 500 over the next decade. And that's what people are trying to rotate into. Nokia seems to be up pre-market. Well, let's take a look at the pre-market now. So pre-market on the green side, NXP Semiconductors, Toyota, Boeing, Zoetis. Looks like a bit of construction, motor kind of construction and things are coming through. Teladoc up 1.12. Spotify, 3M. Some of the older companies in more of the manufacturing space maybe. Lilly, SEA on the bottom, 1.84. And if we go over to the more hyperactive list, we've got costs, we've got AMC still holding above $12.10. Zemedia Corp, $2.43. GameStop, $2.76. Nokia, $4.30. Palantir, $27.36, up 1.63%. Where's that? Where did GameStop? Oh, GameStop, 4.47. Cool. Not bad. ARK-K. Yeah, we can look at ARK-K. So we're about 26 minutes off the open. We're at 949 likes. Get us to 1,000. We're ready to get hyped for the Monday Open. Thanks so much to the 1,800 people joining us for the live stream. We've gone and we've covered off Tesla. We've covered NEO. We've covered Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything else into the markets. We had 39.42 on the open here so far for the US 500. And I thought the US 100 would try to get to the 13,000. 13,000 will be resistance to look at today for the Nasdaq. ARK-K 127 in the pre-market, up 0.33. So for people that got into this one down here in the 110 lows, guess they're benefiting from a decent percentage increase. I wouldn't suggest you do your technical analysis on ARK because it's more, maybe you do the Nasdaq and the Nasdaq will teach you what's going to go on with the ARK fund in general. These are the points though. 127 is resistance. It's acting as resistance. If we break through the 127, get a nice closure above, we move to this next area. And that next area is 139. So there's some pretty nice movement that can come through on this fund. It just takes a nice closure above 127. What are your thoughts on airlines, Tom? Mike, you know I don't like them probably, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of airlines. I don't like anything that if one thing blows up or crashes or something like that, that you lose a lot of money, like 20, 30% of your money in a day. Bloodbath McGrath says, I trust Fortnite over Kathy Wood. Let's go. Good morning, good evening to everyone. Thank you very much, Lead Badger. Appreciate it. It's time, 1K, let's go, go, go. Well, thank you very much there, Michael Davis. Tom, anything on the one coin? The one? Which one? BTC. 15 minute. Ooh, things looking okay here. Our little double bottom being tested. Sam says, no, still an hour and a half to go. Are you kidding me? Did I get my time wrong? Please tell me I didn't get my time wrong. Oh, it's okay. Not an hour and a half to go. 9:07 a.m. in New York, I believe, right now. Shouldn't be wrong, Sam. Praise. Thanks, Tom. Excellent analysis as always. Thank you, Mike. 1K likes. All right, let's do this. I need a break, guys. I'm never patient. You got to be patient sometimes. Doge. Oh, no. We're not doing none of that Doge. 56 Bitcoin. Look at it go. Here we are. This is going to be bullish if we get through this area. Even though it's only 15 minute. Let's go through these 1 hour. All right. Looks good. Okay, let's do it, guys. We'll switch on over and we will get hyped for a quality Monday. AMC GME are certainly squeezing. We have, what else we got? We got hypergrowth stocks, kind of, flat. It's all right. Flat's okay. FOMC meeting later on this week. So, guys, cheers for Monday. Thank you very much for the donations. Thanks to the new members that have joined the community. Stonk Squad, Diamond Hands, guys. Appreciate it. Daylight savings is here. 2 weeks time, 11:30. Cheers to the Australians out there. It's going to be good. Alright. Is that us today? That Bitcoin song. It's coming in, the helicopter money. All right. I always laugh at that XRP one. Oh, it's too funny. Poor XRP. And as we did that, we gave Bitcoin the power. 56,737 or 705. It's having to grow. 1 hour actually was a pin. We've now seen some flow through from that hammer. Rejection off the low. That's good. That's what we want to see. Very nice. Look at it. Little bit of buying coming through. Continue to watch that. AMC 12.15 pre-market for GME 279. We are 21 minutes away from the open. Whew. It's going to be good. Do we dial in yet? I don't think so. I think we go back over here. We click on the scene. Bitcoin dumped. No, Bitcoin's... Oh, it did dump. It went down like $100 straight away when I took it off the screen. I'll bring it back. It'll go up again. Sam says, I love daylight savings. Absolutely. When it's for the US, we do. Johnny Knoxville has entered the room. Bitcoin bottom. Thank you very much for the donation yesterday, Johnny. Appreciate that, man. I did see it. I don't know if you got my tag, but I said thank you very much. Logan says, buy. Okay, see you, Logan. QuantumScape. Doji will be the new dollar. One Doji to rule them all. Oh man, you guys too bullish on Doji for me. Bullish close must happen above here on the 15 minutes. What I'd probably like to see. Provide analysis on CCIV. CCIV, Churchill Capital. Haven't looked at it in a while. Seems like a while. Probably was just back in March, early March. So it's been pretty boring. Seems to be coming a bit better now. It has an issue instantly with those sell pressures that have come through the 28. So you can see the 28 instantly is a problem. Support, resistance just around there. Nice series of what looks like higher lows on the smaller time frames. Series of higher lows as it makes higher highs. So once it contends with the 28, if you bullish this thing, CCIV, then what you've got to do is you've got to get it back into the 32.42. Close above this area. Retest probably. And then 32.42. Resistance. It's a very nice close the structure, move through to the next area on the next zone. So 32.42 would be the area I'd be looking at. I like what we're seeing from this so far. It just needs to close above the 28. Good luck on CCIV. Donation coming in here from Tran Win. Thank you very much. Australian $5. NPXS. NPXS. With the US dollar tether. So there's a crypto. Pundi X. Bitcoin 56,563 at this stage. Okay, some buying has happened here. Let's go back through the weekly. The weekly very, very strong. Wow. Wow, that's a huge increase since December. Can it sustain? Daily 20 was pretty good for some time. I've got some concerns. So my major concern first off is it ran hard. Then it came down very much against that. And then the 20 exponential moving average on the daily was a really good little buying pressure support. Now we've run hard again. You've retested the previous peak, which is what you want to do. Go down the 4 hour. You can see the retests here. You've got bullish, little bit of pressure coming through. And there's 2 weeks. So there's 1 and there's 2. But we need to have flow through. So I want to see movement up here. When that happens, then you can go back to your 0.004. Until you have price above this zone, above that last candle zone, it doesn't look bullish. If you get more wicks, so any bearish pressure must be met with buying pressure around this 0.0032. If it is, and you're constantly seeing lots and lots and lots of hammer wicks and everything on the 4 hour, that's going to be very bullish for you there, Tran. And I would think that you can move to the 0.004 very strongly. The more buying wicks you get, the more it tells a story that there is serious momentum, serious buyers underneath. Cool. Get above here for now. More wicks, better. Underneath this zone, bad. Look to the daily 20, like we mentioned. Thanks for the donation and good luck with this one. Why is the stock market opening 1 hour early today if you live in Oz? Because you guys, daylight saving for us as well. So you push it back for us. So basically now we open at 12:30 in the morning. And then we daylight saving in 2 weeks' time. And then it goes to 11:30, which makes these streams very easy to do. NPXS looks like it would like to go to the 50 MA on that chart. Like right here. Possibly. But I think that this is where it must hold. Bitcoin did not close above. Well, we need the close. Where's that close? Oh, those nasty creatures. Nasty whales not letting us close above. Well, we'll watch. We'll put it there. We're going to put the line in the sand and we'll come back to it. Oh, this thing. Terrible. In Estrum, $5. If you have done Roblox, I will go back. Thank you. I have not. The problem with Roblox is always going to be the same issue. You can't really TA this, man. I really appreciate the $5, but how about Zynga? Okay, maybe we can do Zynga. Always awesome. Thanks for your knowledge. So I appreciate that in Astrum. Great to see you're enjoying it. However, doing TA on something that just came through a few days ago is not going to be very easy. And the reason why is you've got no history. What is a TA? It's learning from the left-hand side so that you can make better informed decisions on the right-hand side using statistics, using knowledge, using psychology of the market and those types of things. And you bring that together with your fundamentals and stocks and you can do even better. What have we got going on here? Well, here's our problem. We have a few days worth of trade. So it's very tough to know what exactly is going on. I would say it trades kind of basic human psychology for now because everyone's hyped on it. See how it's hugging that 70 as close as it can? It hugs the 70. It's sold off around those 75, 74s. I'm super indifferent towards this right now. I wouldn't be bullish on it myself just because I know these IPOs or these listings like SPACs and stuff. And unless the hype train's real, this thing got a pretty high valuation. So I could see it coming back down. I know ARK bought it. But if you're worried about where it is, it must hold all of this price action and start to look at volume here for this. We'll look at ZNGA because it's just impossible to do analysis on that one. There we go. Now we got some information in the back. Ooh, okay.
I'll take your entire stock.
Previous little bit of resistance. The bodies were down here. Let's go to the weekly. So body was here bullish. Wick buying here. Wick buying. Nice. Daily. Structure. Good. 4 hour. More crazy structure. Not bad. Probably put a 1050 line through this. I have not looked at this stock in ages. I thought it was dead. I guess it wasn't. Zynga. 1050. 10 to 1050. Closure above 1050 should mean that we go the channel range, which is basically 50 cents. I wouldn't really buy or sell in here unless you wanted to trade the channel. But if it goes out, $11 seems like a very logical target. Resistance, support, and it'll be the A equals B scenario from a channel perspective. Not bad, and it's pretty interesting. 12 minutes here till the market open. I'll show everybody using this particular stock how bad IPOs can get. So here is Zynga back in the day. I remember it well. 2011. Remember, I've been trading since 2008, so I remember when this one comes in. Same as Facebook, same as everything else. Comes in, pretty nice price. Actually didn't hold that well, but then it quickly sped up to $15. And then look at the deterioration of the business. As this is what happens with tech time and time again, they open up strong. It's kind of like Snowflake struggling right now. It's a great company, Snowflake, and I think it's not going to do this, but look how long it held through, and it's running this pandemic success. So I don't like Zynga, but it's in the correct area, and you can follow that 50 cents. Thomas Milleron, $2. Can you look at ERF? I certainly can. And I'll be back in just a few moments to have a look at this. I'll chuck that on the charts. We'll put GME and AMC because I know you guys like it. And a quick break here. We've got 10 minutes to go till the market opens. I'll be back in just a minute. Just a minute, guys. We're back. ERF is the next one we need to look at. So 8 minutes now till the market opens. Check out ERF. Weekly looks okay. Weekly does look okay. Coming into resistance at 6. Pre-market 564. Go to the monthly. So some deep consolidation. August 18. So it's actually been deteriorating this business for some time and possibly just now repricing. 0.53 Weekly, daily. It's not even following the daily 20, 4 hour 20. Okay. So very strong buying pressure off that. Nice breakout. Could pull back here. This would be a decent little area to look at if you weren't in the trade and you wanted to be for some reason. 536. So I think that would be your base if it fell off. And your strong resistances, where are they going to be? About 6. Previous supports across the board. I would pay attention to that. Thank you for the donation. Pay attention to the 6. So we'll go into our 4 screener here. We've got 7 minutes till the market open. BTC, look at it go. 56,830. Sauce is killing me today, holding 7,300 shares, says Safi. Yeah, that would be pretty bad. What will you expect from GME? Well, we'll talk about all of that now that we're getting so close. So 7 minutes away, not long. I am smooth brain. QQQ pre-market is green. Well, we thought it would get to about 13,000, but it looks like that's going to be for the first couple of minutes of trade. Bitcoin looking much stronger here. 15-minute double bottom. We've identified a 1 hour bullish pin, which hopefully spells the end of this flash sell that we saw down to 55 just before. Let's load up the 4 screens. Whoop, we don't want to be doing that. Let's go dark. There we go. So we've got a dollar index down here. We'll move off that in just a few moments. I'll set this up for you guys. 28. Move scale to right. So this is going to be the US 500. We always usually have that there. We'll load up a 5-minute chart to watch it. Do we want Tesla down the bottom? What do you guys want? Let me know in the chat room right now. Spam the code that you want me to put in the right bottom hand corner. No one's going to just keep spamming it, and I will decide based on the spam of which one we should put down here. So what stock do you want to see on the open? 5 minutes now until the open occurs. It's not long. I'm excited for Monday. Looks like we've got a bit of things to set up here. There we go. And I'll move over the screen so you can see it. There we go. Okay. So we are set up with GME. We are set up with AMC. AMC hold 15-minute above 12. Could expose 14. Must hold. $12 should be some technical buying here on this one. US 500, 39.47 into the pre-market. Actually stronger than it was. So that's probably because treasury yields have dropped a little bit. Apple is terrible, someone says. Apple's terrible to trade. Yeah, but it comes back in. Don't worry. It'll come back in. Disney streaming going to be huge. JJW. I never doubted Disney for a minute in the streaming. They just own so much stuff. And I bet that their kid section would smash it before the pandemic. I didn't care. And then during the pandemic, I held the same sentiment. And people said, what are you talking about? But it is good. I like his chair, says Thomas. You should. It's a Herman Miller. Very good. That is correct, Tom J. It is an uncut sheet. Elevator music would be good. Oxygen, CCIV, Tesla, Cup. Tesla, all right, Tesla easily wins. AMC's already here, dude. CCIV? So many CCIV people. All right, Tesla will win. You know it won. Lemonade will not win. I'm sorry. Corn will certainly not win. All right, $6.95. $700 price point for Tesla is the break zone. What have we got coming in here? 0.18 up for Tesla. The least exciting morning that we have seen. Donation coming through from Tom Siricasano. Thank you very much. Quick thoughts on GNUS, Roblox. That's the merger. GNUS. Genius Brands. 16% up. I don't know Oh, we've looked at this quite a few times. Yeah, we called 3. Didn't I say something about volume was insane and I was loving it? Yeah, I liked it here. That volume was crazy. It went crazy volume, died off, crazy volume. And this was the rumor last week. So we're 2 minutes off. $3 is where it could kind of end. And I think we did this one for you last week, Tom. 3, yeah, just 3. Look at 3, and as long as it holds structure above 220, 210, you're all good, man. We'll go back over to the 4 screener. We've got our Tesla 695. Let's do a quick check around the markets. 278 pre-GME, 1216 AMC. GME 295 will be the top end resistance for today. If that is broken and closed on something like a 15-minute chart, we could go into the 347. Thank you to the 1,700 people joining us. Thanks to the donations, the new members of the Stonk Squad and Diamond Hands community. Are you guys hyped? I'm just going to play this anyway because we need to get ready. All right, let's do it. This is what is going to happen today for your positions. I don't know what your position is, but it's going to happen. All right. Got like 30 seconds left. Give me a minute. Of course it's going to be. That's true. Okay, so here we go, guys. It is Monday. There is 30 seconds left. We are ready for the pre-market open. AMC up at 12.22. We got GameStop 277 up 4.6%. BlackBerry coming back through with it. The screener is showing some more greens than it was before. NXP, Constellation, Boeing, all going nuts. Look at Boeing, 2%. Crazy, weird stock that is. Spotify 1.47. Here we are, 8 seconds. I don't have the bell ready, so I'm going to ding it. It looks like we're open. Ding, 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 ding. Good luck today, guys. Bloodbath McGrath says, put a long call in on FX Evolution. Appreciate it, man. 3945 on the open here for the US 500. We have Tesla. Did it instantly hit? No, didn't do anything. So it's trading around. Remember, these are small time frames, so it's going to look way crazier. 12.05, so we almost instantly hit the $12 barrier for AMC, which we do expect to be a point of hopefully some people buying around. Let's see if they can. It's a very optimistic buy here. $12, a lot of people will feel the pain of not being out before, so it's going to be a very tough time in the first half an hour for AMC, and we will watch because I'm interested anyway. GME situation, we did still open up pretty strong. Let's take a look at the GME. We opened at 4%. US 500 now 39.46. US 100 12.944. Tesla 691. Let's go back to the markets here. Percentage change. Big ones. NXP. Boeing 2.4%, holding it up. What else? Snowflake. It's coming good. Well, it just disappeared. Where is it? Snowflake's coming good. 233. Probably should. CrowdStrike moving in on the territory as well. Negative side, Lilly getting smashed, 8% down. SEA down 3. Okta, I don't get that company as much as other people do, but maybe I'm just not smart enough. Watch lists, green here. COS, AMC, so MediaCorp, GameStop, etc. all moving, but definitely coming down somewhat. 11.90 on the AMC. 30 minutes will be the watch time. Each 5-minute increment are important for these stocks, but as you know, they bounce around all the time. Look at AMC, it just moves straight up to 12 there out of nowhere. So 39.47. It's good to be open at 12:30 at night my time. That is good times in the US. Daylight savings, yes. People are saying, oh, amazing. A lot of Australians probably didn't know. Smoking Ace says, I've got to get working then. You better get working, man. Can you do Qantas, please? Glenn says. Really? I'll do Qantas for you, but that's random. Qantas, an aeroplane company in Australia. Damn, man, why is Tesla going down? Well, the Nasdaq just got punished, so 12,929. I mean, is it punished that much? No. Tesla moved very heavily up. So you guys have to expect there is going to be some movement down on it. Remember Tesla, the other problem with them is eventually Wall Street is going to demand that they create the profit for the stock. So there will be downward and upward pressure. This is still just the beginning of the day though. 688, it's nothing yet. It's only 0.78%. That's nothing for Tesla. 0.9. 39.44 now. It just looks way more impressive because it's a 5-minute chart. So basically flat, down 0.26% to 12,907. So we basically just chunked about 20 points. FOMC meeting this Wednesday in the US. Bitcoin going super strong there, 57,000 after, I assume it's closed through. I can only assume, yes, it would have. Nice. Yeah, closed through. So now we probably come down and retest, something like this, and then a movement up. Thank you again to the people joining us for the Monday Open. We've got 1,700 people here. It's awesome. Very light GME volumes. That's true. Look at AMC move, 1269 coming strong. Look at it go. It's like a rocket ship to the moon. So just around that 12 did act as the first level of support. Went a little bit lower. Went to $11.85. You're not going to pinpoint it. But now that it's moving here, 12.50. This is up 13%. It's not bad. Can it get to the 14? Now, I've seen a few people claim 13. I don't quite get 13. Might just stop there because it's a psychological number. I don't feel like it should stop at 12.67 though. This is higher than last time. So 12.49 was last time. I hope AMC moons, but dudes. And as I saw your comment before, I get it. Everybody want to get that hot tip, says Glenn. Wow, crude is dumping. So crude is trading at 64.77. Hey, I think it's overextended. Thanks, FX. Glenn said, yep. Market is already open. Absolutely, Supernova. We're open, man. XRP has been the dumpster coin. Well, it's hard to go up when you got the SEC on you. So Tesla 688, AMC strong into the open. Definitely the outperformer. GME coming along with it. We'll just quickly go back over here just to show the squeeze stocks all through. So Riot also up. I don't know how the hell that is up. Should be, you would think, down, but anyway, 3%. Sundial 4.3. Afria, weed stocks, it's all green, all good. Screener across to the bigger positions. Just checking my phone there for an alert. NXP Semiconductors, Boeing still 2.5% now. Lockheed moving through with a 1.5. And Lilly, Alibaba, 227. So it's approaching that 225 support that we talked about before. Will it be able to hold, or is the power of government sentiment too much? Market now 39.48. Tesla coming good 690, and the US 100 is now 12,951. So 50 point switch there. US 500 now going bullish after the green, after the bearishness for the first 5 minutes. It's amazing how much these futures markets into the real markets are moving through. SID, $5. Weekly recap. SID index hit an apex of 102%. So he's talking about his gains this year. Year to date, midweek, before crashing to 41% after massive GME realized losses, but rallied to 88% year to date by week's end. So SID, that kind of sounds like a massive gambler SID index. I don't know if I know you made a lot of money, but would I invest in the SID index? Up 102, then down to 41, then back to 88. Sounds like some serious YOLO in the GME positions. Good work, man. GME YOLO is yo-yo. Yeah, up, down, all around. This is a 15 minute, so if we go down to 5, there is the action. 12.50. AMC definitely the story of the squeezing today, though, because this is strong. You know, we hold the first 15 minutes here. We've done our first 15-minute hold above 12 in a very long time. And that means we can then move to the 13, move to the 14, possibly even the 16 range. So it's up, down, all around on the market open. Gold, $17.33 index, still trading 91.81. So So gold index holding strong, but gold just doesn't care. Silver, 1.68%, 26.22, so approaching the resistance. Blackberry, supposedly someone screamed it in the room. They said, Blackberry. Is Blackberry that exciting? Where's our Blackberry? Blackberry 4.4%. Not bad. AMC 12, costs 12. Oxygen negative 2.55. Go back to the screener of the big stocks since we're in the open here. NXP Semiconductors 6.81. Facebook. I haven't seen that on the top chart for a while. 1.77. So I said I'd do a few quick stocks. There's that close for BTC, which is good. Let's just quickly check out Qantas. I don't know why we're checking the ASX stock right now, but we'll have a look at it. Quickly, daily, yes, that is bullish looking. There's a massive trend line that you can draw through here over time as well, moving forward. Probably just say it's at the resistance right now, and there could be some bullish pressure. I don't understand why it's at this point. I really don't. Maybe the competition's not that fierce. GME now 277, so it's moved down, but AMC holding strong. Tilray up 1.83% at 28.06. Net, which is Square, down 1.14. Net, which is Cloudflare, down 1.32. TDOC holding okay at 0.28. It was up 3% in the pre-market though, and Square 0.4. So we're approaching 10 minutes into the market open. It's much of a kind of all over the place. We've gone up, down 50 points already in the Nasdaq a few times here. We're trading in the middle of that range at 12,922. Remember, the first hour on Mondays, guys, is weird. Massive amounts of retail trade comes in because we all get bored on the weekend and then they trade through. And Wall Street then usually push it in an opposite direction. And then the true feelings of the market are met at the end of the day. So watch that close today. That's going to be the key. AMC closed another 5 minutes above $12 strong. So you'll see here, very big, strong candle, $12.65. Now some selling pressure. All right, well, I think that probably brings us to the Monday stream close. I know a lot of you are probably looking at your trades today. We did some great analysis coming into the market opens. There were some good opportunities this week. Continue to watch out for the FOMC. Maybe it looks like Bitcoin's halt, or as in the fall, has been hopefully superseded by this little 15-minute double bottom. I wish each and every one of you the best of trading days today. I'm going to go and have a quick look around, and I will see you tomorrow live for the pre-market. Again, it's a good time to be alive, and it's a great time to be trading and investing in the stock markets, cryptocurrency markets, and every other market in the world. Thomas Donegan coming in with Canadian $1.49 with the hamburger sticker. Thank you so much, Thomas. There's no way Tyrone's still here, Sid. He'd be gone by now. QQQ's red. Yeah, down 0.21%, but still holding that 12.9. Remember, the only thing that matters is it holds above 12,750, 12,800 for the Nasdaq, and the QQQ will be the bottom bit. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for another live pre-market stream. Catch you, boys. Catch ya, and good luck.